Doink. Oh, and I forgot to do the outside one. All right, I got it. Hey, everybody, what's going on? Stevie, how the hell are you?
I am wonderful. It's Friday night for a 3-day weekend.
Happy 4th of July, everybody. Uh, Happy 4th of July weekend. Hope everybody has a nice one. Hope it's all safe. Hope you all have fun. Do what you want to do. I don't give a shit if it's golfing. I don't give a shit if it's sitting on your ass doing nothing. Whatever it is, enjoy it. Because that's what it's all about.
Just don't blow your damn fingers off.
Exactly. Exactly. Look at me without a hat on tonight. Holy shit.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to see me without a hat.
So tonight, I do have a bunch of other people that I invited to the chat. So tonight, for just for a little while, we don't have to do it all night. Things that do you ever should ever pop in your brain, Steve, and say, why? Right? Well, so with the recent attacks this week, it's getting to a point where I'm on that cusp of saying, yeah, go ahead, close the borders to anybody that's Muslim. And a lot of people are going to think that's wrong and everything else, and that's okay. This is America. You have that right. And I hope that if you are one of those people, you open your mouth and say, Mike, this is why you're wrong. Or this is why you shouldn't be on that fence. You know, come back to this side of the yard or whatever. However you want to say it. As long as it's done nicely. Well, here's the thing. In 1979, I believe it was 79, Jimmy Carter closed the borders when the Iranian hostages got taken. He closed the borders to Iranian. Now, here's a couple of things that I don't think, Steve, that it's going to work too well. I think they're already here anyways, don't you?
Yeah, right on.
Okay. And I also think that the cells of these, these terrorist cells are already here. Anyways. Exactly. That's how I feel, Gina. My wife just said, you're not going to flush them out. I don't think you are either.
Right on.
So it's not like you're going to go do some roundup and grab every person that's Muslim and da-da-da-da. You can't do that. Okay? However, closing the border would mean there won't be any more coming back in. It's one of those type things. It's going to be a freaking slinky. Good, right. Bad, good. I'm telling you.
Right. And the thing is, if you close the borders down, what are the people that are already here? How are they going to take that? And are they going to start showing themselves and starting whatever business they may have? And I'm not talking about all Muslims. I'm talking about the radical,
exactly,
freaking terrorists.
Exactly.
Actually, I'm about done with all this looking around the corner all the time. I just like to get it over with. If something's going to happen.
I'm going to do shout-outs in a couple of minutes, guys. But I want to go back to what Tyler wrote something early on when I first made the chat. He said rant over, but Tyler said, Tyler, I'm not picking on you, by the way. I just want to read it. All right, so I am not picking on you. I need you to understand that. Tyler said, if you defend a religion that they treat women like cattle, truth, calls for the subjugation of Christians, extermination of Jews and pagans, death of gays and slavery and pedophilia and incest and apostate and all that stuff. He says, "You're a fucking idiot." However, I'm not, you know how I feel about that, Tyler, right? We can all disagree and have fun, but we don't, you know what I'm saying?
Can you hear me okay?
Hey, Mr. T,
Right on.
welcome, buddy. I'm sorry I wasn't in the internal. I was in the outside. I'm sorry. So that's why I didn't hear you come in. So
It's fine.
so I understand Tyler. What Tyler's saying is true. They treat those extremists treat their women badly. Badly. I mean, it's like they're not worth like there's no. It's just wrong. Okay. Now, but here's the thing, and it kills me because this is why I'm a fence sitter. If that's their thing, that's their thing. However, when they come, I'm saying this wrong. Let's say it this way: when in Rome. Is that a bad way of saying it?
Well, I tell you what, when we go to their country, we pay them respect
Yes.
and do things their way, or as close as we dare.
When even our troops, there's no drinking, there's no this, there's no that over there. You know what I mean?
Well, they wouldn't even let them have Playboys.
Love you. I got the phone on. I'm sorry, guys. I was saying goodbye to my wife. Please forgive me.
Oh, don't say sorry for that. That's a must.
You know, I just don't. I'm not condoning how they treat people. However, I don't think that we have a right to tell people. I'm trying to give and I'm trying to think. Go ahead, Mr. T.
We don't have a right to tell somebody that their custom that they've lived by for hundreds and hundreds of years.
Thank you. Thank you. We don't. We don't have the right to tell Native Americans of this country that they can't do this, can't do. We don't have that right. Nor do we have the right to tell people in the Middle East that they can't. You know.
That's America.
However, though, but here's where the line crosses, right, Mr. T? I think you'll agree with me. But when they do come to this country, right? I can't speak for any other country. I can't speak for Canada. I can't speak for Mexico because I don't know the laws and all that stuff in those countries. So when they come to this country, Mr. T, right? Don't you think that
they should respect our laws and customs?
Right. So therefore, if they are treating their wife, I don't care if they're here for a month, right? Or if they're here for 3 weeks visiting, or whatever the case may be. They're gonna have to treat their wife respectably while they're here.
Right.
Yep.
At least tone it down a little, for Pete's sakes.
So again, I'm a fence sitter because I want. It's like you protect your home before everything, right? So why can't we protect our country before everything? So therefore, if there's a particular, I don't give a shit if it's a religious group. I don't give a shit if it's the mafia. I don't give a shit if it's the cartel. I don't give a shit who it is. Okay. If they're doing bad things to our country and our people, and of course they're doing it all over the world, not just us. Okay. I think we have that right to say no more, whoever they are, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
This just happens to be Muslims here. So if it was mafia, it'd be, no more Sicilians, da 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 da. So, you know what I'm saying?
I think that's something that Obama is ignoring the fact that it's not just our country. It's everywhere that they're doing this crap.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep. And it's, I don't want to jinx it, but I haven't heard of one in Canada yet. But so I don't want to jinx it. But no, but it is. It's happening everywhere, and somebody somewhere online, it has to stop. So like I said, like I said earlier, if some of those people are already here in this country, there's nothing you can do about it. What closing the borders would do is hopefully stop more from accessing, and you know what I'm saying?
And also, it could give us a chance to regroup and get a handle on this crap.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm not even saying close the borders. You know, because America is exactly that. We are a melting pot.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the premises that our country was founded on. And I can dig that. But I think there's a right and a wrong way to do it. And they need to go about it the right way.
Well,
and I don't think our president should be saying, you know, well, just bring them all over. We'll take them. We don't care.
Right.
I don't think that's his place.
But you also can't infringe on other people in their pursuit of happiness.
No.
No, but
that's why they need to abide by the laws to get into this country. They
Right.
need to follow the rules.
See, I'm
It's
wicked.
as simple as that.
I'm wicked bad when it comes to this stuff, because I think that, now I don't want to close the borders for everybody, Mr. Tolley, just a group that's giving us all this problem, okay? Because I do agree with you about it being a melting pot. I totally agree 100% on that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be here if my relatives hadn't come over from Germany and Norway.
Exactly, and I wouldn't be here if my relatives didn't come over here from Italy. You know, but I have a funny feeling. Your relatives and ancestors came over the right way, and
They did.
And so did mine. So, you know what I mean? However, the other thing that gets me is crime. Okay, so, you know, XYZ is over here on a green card, and he commits this misdemeanor, that misdemeanor, this felony. Well, you know what?
Go home.
Exactly.
Instant go home.
Exactly.
Go home.
I'm sorry.
You need to be here. If you want to be here, you need to live by our rules. You need to follow the laws.
Yep.
Just like you do if you're a citizen. You can't be raping, pillaging, and robbing people. I guess that's pillaging, isn't it?
But that goes for
But
everybody.
you can't be. Yeah.
You know,
yeah. Well, yeah.
Across the board. I
can't do it.
Name one. I don't care. Exactly. I can't do it. So why the hell should anybody else?
Right.
Okay. We have a 3-strike felony law. Correct. California has it, right?
Yep.
Right.
Right. 3-strike felony law. Bubble. You're in the can. You're done. All right. We should have like a. Especially if you commit a felony, that's like a, what's the name of it? Is it the Class A felony that's the dangerous, like assault and using weapons and all that bullshit?
I haven't a clue.
Okay, but anyway, you guys catch my drift.
Right.
Yep.
I'm not talking about, you know, somebody that got in a friggin' misunderstanding at a cookout and was being hit and then decided, you know what, I don't want to be hit no more, and stuck up for himself or herself and knocked the other person's teeth down their throat and whatever. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about somebody that's robbing a fucking bank, somebody that's selling fucking drugs, all the other shit, okay? I don't think that they should have a 3-strike rule. I think it should be one and done. You commit a felony, you should be done. If you don't like those rules, don't come.
Or don't commit a felony.
Or don't commit a felony.
Right.
Be nice or go home.
You know, that's just my opinion. Now, I don't know if my opinion's right. It's just how I feel. I just, after seeing my well, I wasn't there to see her, but okay, I know that my great grandmother came over here with my grandmother. All right, my grandmother was about 9 or 10, and they came over. All right, and they had absolutely bumpkiss when they got here.
Yep.
Zilch, and oh yeah, right through Ellis Island, the whole nine. Okay,
Yep.
and you know, my great grandmother met my great grandfather, yada yada yada, and everything happened after that. Now, you're talking about a woman who walked to the store every day for what she wanted to eat, up until the time she died, and she died when she was like 90 years old. All this stuff, they became citizens, they did their thing, and they thought that was the best thing in the whole world, was becoming an American citizen.
Right. And they followed the rules.
She followed the rules. My grandfather went out and went to work. My great grandfather went out to work. It's not so did my grandfather, but you know what I'm saying? My great grandfather went out to go and went to work. He didn't go work for the bookie down the street. He didn't go work for the patriarchs that ran the city of Boston. Okay, he worked a regular Joe job just like the rest of us did. Dude.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
That should be the same for everybody.
Yep.
I'm sorry, Mr. Todd.
No problem. No problem with people coming in. Do it right. Follow the rules.
Yep, absolutely.
You know, when it comes time to renew your visa, get down there and renew the frickin' thing.
Right.
Yep.
Chances are, if you ain't done nothing wrong, you're not going to have a problem renewing your visa.
Well, another thing we do it with the Mexican people that come across the border and break a law. They get stuck on a bus and sent right back.
Right.
Our
Exactly.
government seems to have no trouble tracking me,
Right.
knowing where I'm at all
Yep.
the time. What's the problem with tracking? You know.
Well, because they're changing their ID every time.
And I'm gonna tell you, I do feel for some of the Mexicans trying to come over the border. I really do. And then some I don't, because I know some of them mixed in with the cartel. Okay, or the cartel's making them do this, or however you want to put it. They're working for them, okay. But for the ones that want a better life than 22 cents an hour, but just do it right. Don't swim across that river. Don't fire upon our border agent, a U.S. border agent. Don't do that. Okay? Just come over the right way. And then when you get here, live by the rules. And I don't mean the rules by... It's bad enough we have Americans in this country that play the system and do all that. I can go on for a day and a half on that bullshit.
Right.
Okay? Don't add to that problem. Go out and do your best to get yourself a job, yada, 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 yada.
Yep.
I don't know. Now, the other thing I wanted to say real quick on the same sort of subject is, Stevie said it off the top. It isn't every single solitary Muslim. It is extremist Muslims. No. Okay? And I always tell people to differentiate when they're saying it. When they're saying all these fucking Muslims. No. They're extremists. It's not every freaking Muslim.
Right.
You know, that's like saying every frickin' Italian is in the fucking mob. That's like saying every frickin' Irishman's in the what's that? The IRA, whatever the hell it was there years back.
Yeah.
Right. That's like, you know what I mean?
Don't forget the Christians and the Catholics.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I can't knock the Catholics because I'm a Catholic, so you know I can't knock that. But you know what I'm saying? It's like every German's going to go and do bad things like Hitler did. You can't do that. You cannot do that. That's not right. Okay? And it drives me batshit crazy when people do that.
How crazy is batshit, Mike?
Real batshit. Real crazy.
That sounds pretty
you know what I
wicked.
didn't do? I want to take a break for a half a second. You know what I didn't do? I didn't do a rundown.
Right on.
And I want to do one because we do that, and I sort of kind of stole that from Jamie Time. Dishes doing her thing, and
Just courtesy.
yeah, it is, and it's a kind of cool thing. I thought, and, when I was new going in there, not on the panel, just in the comments, and I thought it was kind of cool. And I see other chats doing it too, so I think that's kind of cool too. Tommy did it all the time when I went into his chats, and so. But anyway, my southern brother, the fat man, was first one in. How are you, pal? And I know you're not a political guy, but after we get done talking about the political crap, you obviously know that you're more than welcome. Come on.
And I agree, it is crap.
Tyler Reese, what's up, bud? And Tyler says, yes, next question, because, the question I put down in the description. So that's what Tyler was answering. Of course, Steve's in here. It's not going to let me scroll it out. Yes, it is. Okay. Sandy, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you for coming in, Sandy's Passions.
Hey, Sandy.
And you know what I haven't done in a while either? I used to say this all the time. I'm going to start saying it again. If you're new in here and you see people in here, say hi. Check each other's channels out. I'm not telling you have to go sub somebody. I'm not telling you. Go check them out. If their channel interests you, well, then you can sub them. Okay, but you know what I mean? That's how we all meet. So, great to see you, Sandy. BBZ, Big Baby Zip. Good to see you. Thank you. Groovy outside. Groove, you have a, I don't know if you're working or not, bro, but you have a invite also. DSW Outdoors. How you doing? Thanks. I like that. The flag there. Good job. Good job. Holly, how are you? Good to see you. Holly Bagley. I hope I pronounced that properly.
Sounds right.
Gee, Trapper, what's going on? Sandy said nothing can be done if they are here legally. You're right, Sandy, unless they break the law and are not citizens. Good point.
Then they go, bye.
Yeah. G-Trap said the terrorists are following the rules. They come here legally and then shoot the place up. I know.
Nothing we can do about that.
Bird
Sorry.
of the Dog, 1227. How are you, sweetheart? Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. I'm sorry, Mr. Tolley. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's, if they're here following the rules and then decide to go ape shit, nothing we can do about that except deal with the problem when it happens. But
Ape shit
until
him
that
back.
point, yeah, exactly.
Rich the Tactical Plumber, how are you? Good to see you. He says, my great-grandfather did the same thing and came into Ellis Island and worked his ass off. Amen. That's what they did. Dish! How are you, sweetheart? Good to see you. Dish, as soon as we're done doing politics, because I know how much you hate it. Zach Hawkins, how we doing? Thank you for coming.
See what Holly wrote?
Tyler Reese says the difference is German, Irish, Italian isn't an ideology. Correct. It's not an ideology, Tyler. However, Tyler, you know as well as I do. Late 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, very early 80s. The friggin' Italians had a grip on everybody. They had politicians, they had judges, they had it all. Granted, they weren't blowing up people in an airport. They weren't flying planes into buildings. They weren't doing all that. I'm with you on that. However, just as bad is they had corrupted New York City Police Department. I mean, come on. You know what I'm saying? And don't talk to the Germans. No, they just like wanted to rid the world of whoever they didn't like.
And that
What did I
wasn't
miss?
the German. That was the Nazis.
That was the Nazis. That's right.
Yeah, there you go.
They're not the
That's
same.
what I meant to say. That's what I meant to say. Not every
Yeah.
German was a Nazi. That's what I meant to say when I said that. So,
Right. And it's
so
the
I
same with the
apologize.
Muslims, I'm sure.
yes. So I
I'm
apologize
sure
if I
it's the
said
same
that
with the
wrong.
Muslims.
I apologize if I said that wrong.
That's no problem. I'm German, so it's you know.
No, I just didn't want. You know what I mean? I don't.
Yeah, no, I
I don't
get
want
ya.
people to think. I don't want people to think that, you know, I'm some hater
You're
and don't want
racist.
and only want Americans in this country. No, that's not what I want. Okay, I am one of those
But
people.
what are
However,
Americans?
well,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
consider what
What are
American is. If you're
Americans?
born in this country, you're an American. That's what I consider an American.
Well,
Okay.
if you do the process to get citizenship, you're an American.
Right. And if you're from a different, if you were born in Canada, and you guys love how I say that, right? If you're born in Canada, and you, hey Saint, what's going on, kid? Where the hell you been? You don't answer the friggin' thing anymore. Nothing. If you want to come on, say yes. If not, say no. So if you're from Canada and you want to come down and you want to be a citizen of the United States, it's not an issue. And once you become a citizen of the United States, here in Boston, they get to go into the thing, and of course, Boston being all historical and all that shit. Hey, Bikes and Bullets. I want to go read what he just read. Oh, she. Oops, sorry, I hate that one. I don't know what the gender is.
Don't
1952. This 1952 with the exclamation point. This was settled and made law. 1952 Immigration and Nationality Act, aka the McCarran-Walter Act. There you go. Indiana Patriot, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you for coming, Frank. How are you? PG, GI, would you like to come in? Good to see you. So if you're born in Canada and you come to the United States, you want to become a citizen. Once you become a citizen, yes, you're American. That's how I look at it.
Yep.
Okay. I know, Dish. I understand that. I'm gonna dislike you because you have a different opinion on. This is not certain chats, okay? I don't dislike people because they have a different opinion. They have a different opinion about politics than me. I don't dislike you for that. Sorry. You know that. Politically correct, and I don't see eye to eye on politics and stuff like that, okay? But guess what? I've said this 10,000 times. I'll say it again. We do it respectively. Period. So.
Right on.
So yeah, I don't have a problem with all that. And by the way, while we're on this kick, I saw the absolute most best shirt I've ever seen in my life. I'm at the registry, right? And I'm standing in line. And I just happened to turn around. There's a guy standing behind me, and he had a T-shirt on. You know what the T-shirt was? There was the only one I recognized was Sitting Bull. So he had Sitting Bull and three other Native Americans on his chest. And he goes, and the T-shirt read, "The real forefathers of this country." And I thought that was cool.
Right on.
I thought that was a cool T-shirt. I really did. I really did. Bikes and Bullets, welcome to the chat. I'm Mike D. And Mr. Tolley is the gentleman with the, is that a 1911?
That's a Ballister Molina,
Ballister Molina, excuse me. I'm sorry.
which is leaving tomorrow.
And Steve is the one with the flowers in his background because he's like that. That's
Don't hate me because I'm flowery.
But that sounds like porn. I had 3 names sitting on my chest. Right on, Dish. But no, isn't that a cool T-shirt though? But But yeah,
if we owe anybody anything,
Saint, you still never answered the goddamn question. I just know that good Americans are. Amen, Frankie. Amen. Yeah, because we have, like I said before, Frank, I don't know if you were here. I said before, we have our own problems with our own people that mooch and suck off the system and cause more problems than solve. But we won't get in there for that. We're not going to get into that tonight. Me too. I support the peanut butter.
I still haven't tried them.
All right, so Saint, answer me. Do you want it? Do you want a link? Yes or no? But I just hope that the country can do something, whether it be doing whatever, but just in actually technically the world, because Jesus, you can't go anywhere.
Well, the U.S. is the forefront on a lot of that kind of crap, and if we don't do something, what are the rest of the countries not going to do?
Exactly.
You know, it's not that we're all that or anything, but it seems we're the ones that, you know, okay, we drew the line in the sand, that's enough.
Exactly.
And quite frankly, I don't want to be scared to go downtown.
No, I don't think anybody should be in fear of doing anything. Tyler Reese said the problem is Muslims haven't adapted to the 21st century. Polls from Muslims prove it. 84% of Egyptian Muslims support the death penalty, and so on. So don't I, Tyler. You know, you walk into a school and you shoot, you know, whoever, okay, child, adult, whatever, and you know, there is no reasonable doubt. There is no nothing, okay? In my opinion, they should change the laws in this country. And, you know, especially when you got somebody on video like that, guess what? Fuck your right to trial in front of your peer of 12 or however many are going to be doing it, okay? Like the assholes in Boston here. Bullshit. Save yourself a ton of money. Boom. 22 to the head. Call it a day.
Well, hopefully that's why our citizens are armed.
You know? But I hear you, Tyler. I understand what you're saying. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just...
Right on, fat man. Put child molesters in that group.
Absolutely. Absolutely, my southern brother.
Right on, Bird Dog. They already did it. They already proved it. I think that's what that was about, is a test run. Welcome back to my chat, Mike.
How do you get kicked out of your own friggin' chat? Is beyond me.
That was weird. It got like dead silent.
Sorry about
I
that,
think
people.
the first time that's happened to you.
Hey, Hawken Hills, how are you? Thanks for coming. Holly says, no, close the borders and keep us Americans and those under some other god and theory where they'll slit. Yeah. G. Travis says, what about abortion doctors? Well, now you're getting into...
And right now, that's still legal.
Mm-hmm. Mike, we go. It's a debate. I know, buddy. Tyler, you're good, bud. You haven't said nothing that's out of the whack. It's all good, bro. I don't want everybody to agree. Tyler, I don't have to tell you, right? I certainly don't have to tell you this, but I'm going to say it anyways. This country was founded on difference of friggin' opinion. Right? I'm not laughing as it's a joke. I'm laughing as it being, you know what I'm saying? It's founded on difference of opinion.
Yep.
It's what makes the world go around. I tell my kids this all the time. You have a right to have an opinion. It's a good thing. I want you to have an opinion. Because you're little, it may not mean a hill of beans right now. You know? While you're living in my house, it may not mean that today.
Yeah, I had that debate with my mother one time, and then I got smacked in the head with a Tonka truck.
Okay?
They're like assholes. Everyone's got them.
Right.
doing,
No, but,
everybody?
hey, what's going on, Saint?
How you doing, Saint?
Good.
Absolutely bikes and bullets. Freedom of thought and say. Exactly, because think how flippin' boring this country would be if we all thought the friggin' same. I'm being dead serious.
Right.
How boring would it be?
Right on. Our government would be happy.
Yeah.
We the sheeple.
Frank says, what about the LGBTQ
TQP.
in the military? Help me out, Frank, because I'm going to be honest with you, not a clue what that means.
They just did a transgender thing. So they're going to go to the military, and they
That's good
qualify
game.
for medical treatment. So how are they going to defend the country when they're getting a sex change operation and laid up?
Well, I read on that and watched on that, and they said, it's 18 months after the decision of what sex you want to be. So you choose to be a woman, okay, then you have 18 months, and then they'll you know what I'm saying? And then it's, okay, so you're going into the military as a woman. So there ain't going to be a third bathroom.
No.
Okay, you're either a man or you're a woman, and that's how they. And you know what? I don't have an issue with that. I'm sorry. I really
I think
don't.
you need to go to the bathroom that you got the parts for.
Exactly.
I mean, I've been in
You got
Canada.
girl parts, you go to a girl bathroom.
I've been in Canada, and they got like a unisex bathroom in the middle, a third bathroom in the center. So it's kind of geared to like family.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so if you got young
Yeah.
ones or something.
Well, yeah, they've got
But
those.
they're,
too,
but I mean, it is technically a third bathroom. That's all I'm saying.
I got you. Hawk and Hill says Section 1 of the guys think they have to bring back public hangars. It would help a lot. You know what, Hawk? I said this before. I don't know if you remember. Way back when Bill Clinton was president, they had some kid down in, I don't know, in the Philippines or somewhere down that area, off of American soil. I don't know whether he broke into cars or he's just keying them or doing
Vandalism.
whatever. Okay?
You talking about the caning incident?
Yeah. So
Vandalism.
this kid's gonna get publicly caned, okay? And there's this outpouring that they wanted Clinton and the State Department to step in to stop this.
Hear that.
You can't beat up an American. Whoa! I'm like, whoa! This jackass
He's over
went
there.
somewhere
He's gotta
else.
play by their rules.
Absolutely. And
Didn't some
that's-
guy get in trouble for like a poster or something in Korea?
that I don't. Hey,
He
Sharon, how
took
are
a
you?
picture or a poster off the wall.
I know the big caning incident was either in Japan or China.
Yeah, that's old. That happened a while ago.
But yeah, it happened back with Bill. Oh, you mean that one, or? But the canning one was way back
Yeah.
in the '90s.
You got like 40 of them or something.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what. I certainly didn't have an issue with that. Hey, Greg, how are you? I certainly didn't have an issue with that. Because we said before you came in, we were saying, pretty much when in Rome, so you go into somebody else's country, you play by their rules. You come to this country, you play by our rules. But Hawk, I agree with you, but on a certain thing, okay? Because as you know, all the DNA is getting more people out of jail than anything else, right? So this is why I say when you have
when there's zero doubt. Hey, V-Boy, good to see you. Hey, I'm on it. When you have zero doubt that a person did it, then hang them high at noon. I could care less.
Yeah, but don't you see like major cities fractionate a little bit? Like they have a Chinatown or the Little Italy section. And these, I think, add a lot of flavor, and they're great to a city.
Well, I think that's
Yeah,
just.
but I don't. That's not a problem.
That's not. I don't consider. Yeah, I mean that's every major city, I believe, anyways. And like I said, I've been to Florida and New York City, and they all have their, like you said, Little Italy, their Irish. Everybody has them. There's nothing wrong with those. That's just the way life is.
So it's kind of like just think of countries as a global scale of that. But,
Right
I
on.
think it's acceptable that people should have kind of like their own space, their own safe space.
Yeah, under a blanket of our rules and
Absolutely.
our laws.
Yeah, you have to. And with the only ones that have different laws than us, and not many. And if there's anybody out on the panel or anybody out in the chat that knows better than I, please tell me if I'm right or wrong. And I saw what you wrote there, my southern brother. Indian reservations. There are some rules that don't pertain to federal law.
Right. They pertain to you.
They pertain to you if you live on a reservation.
No, if you visit that reservation.
Yes, but what I'm saying to you
you're
is
under their rule.
Right.
I have no reservation.
I was watching something where the police department couldn't go on the reservation to go grab somebody. They had to wait for them to come off the reservation.
Right.
So I think that's the only, in this country anyways. But absolutely, with getting back, I have no problem. Your sex offender. I'm sorry, you're not gonna fix, these serial rapists and the people that hurt kids, and you're not gonna fix them. Holly, you're not causing any problems. I don't see that way you're causing a problem, Holly.
Sure, you can. You can fix the rapist just by giving him a little bracelet that says "Don't touch me."
Right. Castration.
No, I can't. Well, that's a whole nother chat.
That's
Right.
happening overseas right now.
That's a whole nother chat. That's just, I can't.
Don't bring me down.
You can't justify somebody getting their boy parts cut off.
No. I'm just saying, because sometimes, as much as I love the way our system is, that we have our say at court. Okay.
Yeah.
The flip side of that, there are charges, in my opinion. Again, there are charges, in my opinion, that you shouldn't be allowed to have court.
Right.
Okay.
I'll agree with that. To an extent.
If you rape a child, okay, you don't get to have your day in court. Okay, and I'm not talking about some 18, 19-year-old guy that knocked up his 16, 17-year-old girlfriend. I'm not talking about that, and I'm very sorry, and there's going to be a lot of people that might disagree with me on this one. To me, he shouldn't have to sign up for. He shouldn't have to go down to his local thing and be on the sex offenders list, which a lot of those guys are. I disagree with that totally.
What do
I'm
you think
talking
the age
about.
of consent should be, Mike?
Pardon?
What age of do you think consent should be at?
I think 16 is a good age. 16, 17. New York is 17. Mass is 18. I just think that it's too close. The years are too close. And not for nothing, a kid 18 years old today they're not they're not 18 like when I was 18. When I was 18 and my parents are 18, it's different. Okay.
Yeah.
I think a kid at 18 is more immature today than they were when I was 18, and so on and so forth.
I know people
Okay.
going to the midlife crisis acting worse.
For Christ's sake, I can put my kid under his insurance till he's 25 years of age. Hello? I mean, come on. All right? I disagree with it. I mean, 25 years of age, shit. At 25, here's the difference, okay? At 25 years of age, my mother and father had, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4 kids. They were married with 4 kids at 25 years of age.
I had 5 kids at that age.
Can you imagine being under your parents' insurance? Come on.
Right.
All right.
I could have kept my daughter on until she was 26, and all I had to do was claim her as a dependent.
Yep.
But I couldn't afford it. So
So that's
Hey,
I
NH.
guess that's a master's degree then, right?
close.
NH, I know you're at work, but you do have a link. So if you get home and we're still here, feel free to use the link.
Right on, HRM.
HRM says the country has more people researching other people that aren't guilty, right? Ain't right. Hey, thanks, Tyler, for coming in, and thanks for your input and your opinion. All right,
Right
man.
on, Tyler.
I think HRM just Googled
Hey,
himself.
no problem there. Hey, you're my southern brother. It's okay. I said that the other night on another chat that I won't mention. It's a north-south thing. You know why? Because the South's still pissed off the North won. But anyways, but you know, so do you guys agree with me though? Is 18 like if now? Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Here comes a double standard. Okay, you ready for the double standard? You guys are all gonna cry at me, or Bird Dog might yell at me, but that's okay. I don't have an issue with my kid dating a 16, 17-year-old. He's 18. He just turned 18 in June, okay? I don't have a problem with my kid. Oh, that's right. You're out on Lake Terry. My bad, brother. My bad. I hope you're catching good ones. I don't have a problem with my 18-year-old son dating a 17, 16-year-old girl. I really don't. And I'm not going to tell him not to. I am going to tell him to watch his ass. Okay?
Yeah.
And for
But I'm
God's
not
sakes,
gonna-
go
but
meet her
But
parents.
I'm not going to... Exactly. But I'm not going to tell him not to. However, you guys also know I have 2 daughters. Okay? I'm not allowing my 2 daughters to do it. All right? That's just not going to happen. And I know that's not fair, but it ain't about being fair. It's about what Dad wants. All right?
ANH,
Yeah,
double
the
tie that lure on there, buddy.
Yeah, don't lose an $8 lure.
But doesn't
Okay,
that
speaking
affect
of
the overall
fiction-
action of the lure if you double?
Hang on one sec, bro.
It
Hang on one
might.
sec. Go ahead, Mr. T.
So for work today, I had to take one of the fellas fishing, and I had my rod and my tackle in the truck.
Yep.
So I grabbed my stuff, and we took the company vehicle because he can't ride in mine.
Right.
And we went down to the lake. Now, I think I've said before that I live in Minnesota, the land of the walleye, and I've never caught a walleye.
Really?
I broke the streak today. I caught 2 of them.
Oh, congrats. I've never caught a
Right on.
walleye either, so congratulations. That's awesome.
They weren't but 8 inches or so long.
So what? You still
But-
caught him?
I caught 2 walleye.
You and the fella that you took, you guys were happy? That's all that matters. Holy shit.
Oh yeah, we had a blast.
That's all that counts. Hey, SKS, how you doing?
That's it.
Hey, CCT, good to
We
see you.
have
Thanks
fun.
for coming. I'm sorry, Mr. Twella, go ahead.
Oh no, I love going fishing. I just don't always have time to go.
Right.
So it's kind of
Right.
cool when I can go for work and get paid for it. You know,
Yeah.
Right. Hey, when
because anytime you can do something like that and get paid for it is cool.
Right. Winging it, good to see you. SKSU, good to see you. My southern brother says, we still got the charm and the big booty women.
Right on.
Ooh.
It's all that biscuits.
Hey, we got plenty of them up here too.
Fair trade, Mikey. I'm sorry, Saint, so go ahead, bro.
Oh, never mind.
I'm sorry, buddy. I just,
Do your thing.
no, Gear, good to see you. When I used to use my own night crawlers to go fishing, you know what I used to do? I used to soak the lawn at around, let's say the sun set at like 7 o'clock, right? I used to soak the friggin' lawn at like 6:30. Soak it.
Yep.
Go out there with a flashlight around 7:15. Doot, doot, with a bucket. Ding, 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 ding. It was like hitting the megabucks.
You know what you do? You take some toilet tissue and you take a rubber band and you put it over the flashlight, and the light isn't so harsh, and it doesn't scare them as easily when the light hits them.
Right
So
on.
you can still see them, but because when you got a full flashlight, you'll see it. As soon as you put the light on them, they're gone. This one,
Yep.
those still stay there. If you just put a little Kleenex or something.
Frank says, cue the banjos.
Yeah.
You know what else you gotta do?
Oh God, have you ever
Before
gone
you
out?
water,
I'm sorry.
before you water the lawn,
Yeah.
before you water the lawn, throw a bunch of coffee grounds out there. You know, like your used coffee grounds. They love it.
Really?
Yep.
Awesome.
Like you ever go out there after like a thunderstorm, man, or it's
Oh, yeah.
raining for a while?
Yep.
You get like snails and all kinds of
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
Hey, Saint, Dish wrote you a note.
Yep, I see it. Double
Okay,
time, won't hurt anything.
just want to make sure you saw it.
That's
Double
how I
time.
made my gas money when I was a kid, picking up crawlers and selling them.
Me too, Gear Griding. Gear says, I want to live where I hear the banjos, plus 10 more miles into the hills. Because Frank said cue the banjos, because Frank's a mass guy like me. And I don't know if I was supposed to say that or not, but whoops, my bad.
Take all the regular watchers.
And he said cue the banjos, so that's why Gear said what he said.
Nice fat man.
We weren't whitewater rafting, we were fishing.
Winging it, Tracy says, floating power bait just off the bottom, cheap, and a little WD-40 when it is slow. Fuck, my
The
grandfather.
WD-40 is illegal.
My grandfather swore, two things my grandfather had in his toolbox, the trunk of his car, in his bedroom, and his cottage. You ready? Duct tape and WD-40.
And WD-40.
Right on.
Dude, I'm telling you. Okay, so one day, I'll never forget this as long as I live. I know I'm getting off topic. Who gives a shit, right? So one day, I got a sneaker that's, it's time for a new pair of sneakers. Well, back in the day, things weren't so. Anyways, so the front part, the sole, is a little bit flapping. And he goes, what the hell is that? I said, that's my sneaker. Come on, man, I'll fix that. Take your sneaker off.
What's he do?
What do you know what he did? He took a piece of duct tape, made a circle out of it, so it'd stick you on both sides. Here, try that. Step on that. Hold it, and I swear to Christ, I'm not lying to you. I swear to Christ, the frickin' thing worked for about a month.
Right?
And then my mother finally said, what? Come on. I go, why, Ma? The duct tape worked. And then she took me up, got me a new pair of Converse. Because I was, I had to have Converse. I couldn't have, And back then, Mr. Tall, you remember, and Steve, because you're older than Dirt.
I invented dirt.
Remember the old Converse? I used to call them the basketball sneakers because that's what the basketball players wore back there in the 70s and shit. But they were, well, I had the black ones. Remember the black Converse? It was actually material. It wasn't rubber. The only thing that was rubber was the freaking sole.
Right.
And it had the insignia on the ankle.
Yep, big star.
Big
Yeah.
Converse star.
Yep.
Dude,
Yep.
I loved those sneakers. I
They
wish
were
they
cheap.
were cheap,
Well,
but they
were valuable.
but
You
the
get
only
value.
thing that they sucked with was the sole. I never tore that sneaker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The eye loops never came out when tying them up. And I wasn't some kid that sat in the house playing frickin' video games all day long. I'm trucking through the woods. You know what I'm saying? Love those friggin' sneakers.
Right on.
Love them sneakers.
Shit, all my tennis shoes were, I used to use the white athletic tape to stick mine together.
Hey, P-NASCARs, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for coming in.
You know what works really well is if you get a rip in your jeans, just turn them inside out, get everything really square, and just put some duct tape on the inside of your jeans. I'm
Right.
telling you, it's almost better than sewing them together.
I have a question for Mr. Tolley.
Yeah.
What did you catch the walleye on?
You know, I was fishing for sunfish.
Yep.
So I had a flu jig, some wax worms, and that's what I caught on.
Oh, cool.
Caught about 4 nice crappies and a couple of nice sunfish. Gave them to the guy that was sitting next to me because I wasn't cleaning fish today.
Don't
And
blame
he
me
was
there.
hungry.
CCT, they were made in the United States.
Right. You can still get
Actually, I
them, but they ain't no $5 like they used to be.
What, those sneakers?
Yeah.
Why, they can still buy those?
Yeah. They
I haven't seen it.
reissued them. They're all top shelf designer shit now.
Dude, I'd buy them in a heartbeat if I
Yep.
could see them.
Matter of fact, we got a
Would-
store. I got a big
probably
mega
cost you
mall by me
$100.
that has every color you could think of, and
Oh,
that's
really?
all they sell there is those Converse.
Yes, Hawk and Hills. It was like a canvas type material.
Right.
Yes, they
I
were
wish I had a better,
canvas.
but you're right. That's probably the best word to use is canvas.
They were canvas.
It was awesome. What's a sneaker? I don't know. What's pop? You tell me. All right. You want to start, young lady?
Somebody trying to start stuff with us
Yeah.
old folks.
Yeah, Dish is picking on my my pronunciation of words.
A sneaker is someone to
Dish,
crown.
you kiss my grits.
Right.
Tell her to kiss your grits. Kiss my grits, Dish. We ain't that
Yeah, but
old.
she's a northerner though. She's just making fun of my Boston accent.
Well, you found your R sometimes.
Every once in a while.
Yeah,
My
but
kids,
you're usually on the wrong word.
my kids tell me I talk funny. I'm like, I don't talk funny.
Don't they talk funny too?
Actually, they don't.
They have R's.
Yeah, they have ours.
Darn schools.
Right on, Frankie.
Those pesky schools teaching kids stuff.
Right.
My sister went out to college out in North Adams State College in Massachusetts, and where that is, it's in the corner, the left northeast part of the state, where Vermont, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts meet. She came home for Christmas, and I said, so we were talking, and she said something about I drove through Orange yesterday, and I went, what the hell did you just say? She says, I drove through Orange. I says, oh, because every time I ever heard that word, it was pronounced orange. She's like, knock it off, leave me alone, da, 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 because she had that New York accent with, Western Vermont, western southern Vermont. So
See, and I'm one of those that picks up accents really. I'm really susceptible to accents. So if I'm sitting and I'm talking to somebody down in North Carolina long enough, I'll start talking like they do.
Right.
yes,
I'll catch the accent.
I said you all at work one day after hanging continuously on Jamie time with a bunch of Southerners, and I
Yeah.
said y'all, and they all looked at me and went, "What the hell did you just say?" I went, "I'm sorry," and I went like this, "You people." But yeah, I hear what you're saying with that.
And you said it. You said it with the Boston accent too, didn't you?
Yeah. Y'all, you know, my mother
There you
heard me.
go, Mike.
What's
Knocking
that?
Hill says Amazon's got them for $45 a pair.
I'm
High
buying a pair.
tops.
Yeah.
Good, and I have their Prime too, so good. I'll have it in 2 days.
Mike, do you wear white sneakers?
Yeah, I used to wear white sneakers. The remember the Reeboks? Well, I mean they had the red
Oh,
stripe,
no,
but
Nike.
and then I'm sorry, not the Reeboks, the Nikes, and then
Saucony sucked.
my favorite sneaker though to wear was the Converse. Even as a when I started buying my own sneakers, it was always high top Converse.
New Balances did pretty good for me.
You know?
Even when I was a kid and as an adult, they still held true.
Winging it, Tracy. Real men wear boots. I'm with you. I wear my. I'm one of those idiots you see with his work boots with shorts on. Well, because both my
And a
jobs.
leather jacket at the beach.
No, the FedEx job I can't wear sneakers, so I have to wear boots, and it gets hot, so I'm not wearing jeans. You know. So.
I'm with you.
Doing the
And-
Doug Heffernan.
And besides, when I'm at FedEx, I'm not there to win no friggin' pretty prize. You know, I'm not there to. Oh, Gear, good for you. Gear says he likes his slip on the dress like shoes. His slip-on dress like shoes. I'm not even gonna.
Let's hope they didn't say he would like to slip on a dress.
Right.
And knowing Gear, he might like to slip on a dress
Hey.
once in a while.
I don't know, those silky socks, man. Those dress shoes with that fine leather just slip right on.
Ugh.
No,
Something
no.
about leather.
no, Greg. You said real men
Yeah.
wear sandals. Is it a sandal with the straps and the buckle? Do you call that a sandal?
No.
Or
Oh, it's a Tiva sandal.
what do you call the one strip?
Flip flop.
Nope. See, I call flip flops the thing that goes between your toes.
Oh, well, that's one strip.
No,
Yeah, flip flops kind of snap on your heel when you walk.
but no, I have a pair over there that has one strip.
Oh,
Now, here comes a question. Can you wear socks with them?
No.
I do. I have to.
They
Not
do
colored
it here in
socks. White
Seattle.
socks.
I don't.
Steel toe sandals winging its head. Right?
Sounds like an invention in the making.
I
Hey.
don't get it either. It's like if you're wearing socks, that means you want to protect your feet, so wear shoes. If you got
Right.
sandals on, that means you want an open foot. But
Sick man, how the hell are you? I have to wear socks. Dude, all right, everybody's going to be like, oh, Mike, how can you do that? It's like, well, not now because it rained and it's nice and cool now. But, so I come home from work, whatever, and I'll take a shower or whatever, change,
alright, so
yada,
it's
yada, yada.
evening, night.
All
So
right?
this is the day.
And especially in the winter, my socks are on my feet in my bed because my feet get so cold, it's not even funny.
What's
Like-
You
smoking?
almost you're taking them off for the shower, huh?
Like frigid cold.
Yeah, quit smoking.
What's that?
Quit smoking.
Yeah, I know.
No, that'll change.
I have to do the I have to make an. I have to take a day off, go make an appointment, and do. I'm doing the tube sock action. I got to do the acupuncture.
I've heard that works.
I'm gonna
If you
try
want
it. I'm gonna try it. When I meet Mike, you're gonna punch him over this. No, you're not. You're gonna give me a hug and a kiss and say you're the best. What spread count you got on them booties, man? And no, Bird Dog, I don't know if that thong was towards me or not, but no, if it was, I'd know. Mike doesn't do that. But I might go fishing tomorrow. I have
I'm
no
thinking
children.
about it. No.
I have no children until I go to New Hampshire on Sunday. So I got tomorrow to myself pretty much because, as most of you know, my wife just left for work. So she'll be sleeping pretty much all day, but I promised her I'd get her an oil change. She's got a Hyundai Santa Fe. She's got 92,000 friggin' bolts holding up some friggin', what do you call it, for me to change the oil. I'm like, fuck that, I ain't doing it. If I can't go underneath the car, unscrew the friggin' oil filter, loosen the oil pin nut, let it drain in, drain out, put the nut back on, put the oil filter in, put my oil in and call it a day? Yeah, I'm not. No, fuck that.
What has she got? Some kind of cover or guard or something over it?
Yeah, and I can't. Yeah. And I can't be bothered, and don't laugh at me because I don't know if it's called vertigo. I don't know what it's called, but I can't lay flat or I get wicked, seriously dizzy and want to throw up. So, like, even I'm in bed, I have to be. I don't have to be propped up like at a 45 or anything, but I have to have something under my head. And I go underneath the car, of course. I'm not gonna bring a pillow with me under the car. You know what I mean?
Right.
You need
So it's
something
like-
under your head, Mike, because there's nothing in it. Oh. Let the fun begin.
The guy that doesn't answer his friggin' invites, all of a sudden, leaves Matt's chat to come over here. Now he's gonna break my balls. Okay.
That's it.
Why, partisan gorilla? PG, am I wrong on that? Because I climbed underneath there, brother, and I swear to Christ, without an exaggeration, there's got to be. Let me see. Dude, there has to be at least at the very least 12.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Some kind of a skid
That's a
plate or
bad
something.
design.
to. Yep. Yeah.
That's what I thought it was. The what do you call it? But
It's gonna be an easier way. Are you looking at it wrong or something? Well, you have to take that thing off. Can't you just get in like some way? I don't know. Maybe they like use some kind of wrench or something.
Well, I can tell you right now, the 9/16 bolts.
I don't know. Maybe they do that stuff, forces you to go get your oil changed at places. I don't know.
Yeah. And I don't trust half them places, anyways.
Right.
Oh no way! They don't put your oil cap back on. Drive out there.
Here's but now we're on this subject, which is cool because we went from what I really wanted to talk about, and now we're going to talk about whatever the hell we want to talk about. If you take it to like, I don't know what you guys have out there, wherever you're from, down there, wherever. We have Jiffy. Is Jiffy Lube a national place or it's just the East Coast? Anyways.
Oh, we got them.
All right, so go to Jiffy Lube. All right, go to Jiffy Lube. And I just saw this on TV the other night. You want to know how to see if they did your oil change? Mark the shit out of your oil filter.
Right.
Write your name in it for all I give a shit with a knife or something, right? Just mark it. When you leave, climb underneath your car or your truck, whatever you got, and see if the oil filter with the markings is there.
Yeah, I
you
heard
gotta mark
some
the
of
dirt
them.
on it. Yeah.
I heard some of those big places were ripping people off.
Oh yeah. Mike, what would you do with the oil waste? AutoZone, which is probably not even a half a mile from my house. I have a catch basin with a spout. I can put it back in all the, if I wanted to, I can put it all back in individual bottles. But yeah, who's got time for that, right?
Plus, you spill half of it.
Right. So what I normally do is I'll transfer it into a 5-gallon bucket or bigger, and I affix it into my back seat, and I drive the half a mile, and I walk in and I say, waste oil, and they say right back here,
Right.
and I dump it in their tank for nothing.
Mhm.
So you don't dump it down the storm sewer anymore like the good old days?
Yeah, no.
I can't believe how we used to do that shit.
Hey, PI, what's going on? Good to see you, man.
It's good for your driveway.
Yeah, pour it on the.
Hey, when I had a
asphalt.
gravel driveway, that's what I did with it.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah, the gravel.
Politically Incorrect says he recycles about 600 gallons of used oil a month.
Holy crap!
Well, I know they got that trucks that go around now and they go to the restaurants and collect their oil for biodiesel.
And Bird Dog says the fire departments in FLA have drop bins for their oil.
Cool.
Yeah, I thought that, like the dump and recycling center would have a tank drop-off center somewhere where you could do that.
Well, most service stations and stuff take it.
I say, you know what? Drive to Alaska, dump it in the friggin' Puget Sound, right? And fuck the ducks and all the animals. They'll clean it up.
Puget Sound is in Washington. Not
I know
Alaska.
it is. Shut up. I just couldn't think of where the Valdez fucking went down.
Valdez.
Prince Edward Sound.
Prince Edward Sound.
Yeah, British Columbia.
Yeah, but I thought part of it was in Alaska, though, wasn't it? I thought the Valdez went down
Maybe.
in Alaska.
Yeah, I think that's where Prince Edward is.
Thought he was in a can. Ha ha.
Nobody let him out.
CCT says he used to mix his with creosote and paint the fences with it.
Yep, I've seen that too. I used to use it for
No.
chainsaw oil.
Know what they do to the train trestles? Makes them very flammable.
Don't say shit like that in an open forum. Might have some terrorists listening.
Well,
Yeah, really.
well, it's kind of well-known knowledge. Just we got Google these days.
Yeah, but you don't know how stupid people are. What's Google? You mean that shit there, Burns?
Nice. I like that impersonation of an Alabamian. Love it.
Is that what that was?
Yeah, because you know how.
No.
Dish, you never answered my question, sweetheart. Was I right? Was I right about the on my video? Dish asked me. I did that Q&A on my channel, and
Yeah.
Dish's question was what's the IQ of a I'm sorry, what were the highest scores on an Alabama what do you call it test?
How high does the roll tide get?
No, what are the tests you take? The SATs.
Oh.
I said 100, but she never. I don't think she ever told me what it was. Creosote is banned. You can make your own. Just have a fire. Make your own creosote.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
All right.
I thought PCBs were supposed to prevent fire.
Polycarbonated buthanols.
Sudden has never fell for butter. I know. I hear that. Right. Right on HRM. But so it's what the power pulls. Yeah. So I might go fishing tomorrow.
Sounds like a good idea, Mike.
Maybe catch some panfish and have myself a little fish fry while the wife is sleeping.
Yummy. What up, Groovy?
Groove, you made it. What's going on? Am I still here?
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's going on, Groove?
Hey, buddy. Not a whole lot. Get back to lesson. Enjoy the time with you.
Bird dog.
Right on. That goes with Fat Man up there, I think.
Oh yeah, I know it does. But I have this thing about bird dog. You know what I mean? Let me clarify. Whoops, that probably didn't come out too well. I have this vision. You know, like sainthood. You know, and then you know what I mean?
Right? Slow motion and shit.
Yeah, just being a saint. You know, not a saint like the idiot down next to you on the panel. You know, because a saint he ain't. Neither am I. Holy shit.
Oh, the bottom fell out on scrap gear?
Oh god, yeah.
Damn it, I was about to take a big old thing of aluminum.
What do you got? What, aluminum?
Yeah.
Aluminum is like... Let me look that up for you. I know metal's like, it takes you a ton to get like fucking $100.
Yeah, that's like totally not worth it.
Not so metal was on the rise, but I guess that's wrong.
Scrap aluminum. I'm gonna do the whole thing for you. Scrap metals. Let's do that because that sounds like fun.
Dun da da da.
Well, it keeps sending me to every friggin' what do you call it? Known to men. I don't want about.com, you moron.
Hey, Mario.
All right. You think they would have a site where you could just say, this is what this is worth today, and this is what this is worth today.
Yeah.
What the hell? They're giving me a whole... Oh, you people suck.
Take care, Fat Man.
Hey, good night, my southern brother, and always a pleasure. Thank you for coming.
Love the knife fits, buddy.
Yeah, me too.
Later, dude.
He's one of the nicest freaking guys on here.
Nanner, nanner.
No, like, for real, he's just...
He's genuine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's kind of the way I try to portray myself too. I mean, as I am.
No,
Nothing? It seems like it would pop right up.
no shite. Every ton of new steel made from scrap steel saves, well, that's got to be Canadian. 1,115 kg, what's kg?
Kilograms.
Of iron ore, 625 kilograms of coal. That's got to be a fucking, what do you call it? Oh, it says US too. Yeah, I don't know. I must be looking it up wrong. Sorry, folks.
Coffee does sound good.
I'm trying to find this
does.
out, and Why can't it be like the Celsius Fahrenheit thing? Boom, you punch it in, bang, it's right there in front of
Right.
you. You know what I mean?
So if
chart.
Kilograms times 2.2.
No, I'm just looking for the price list, and it just won't.
Oh,
scrap metal's down, does that mean silver's come down also?
Well, that I think I have in my bookmarks, I believe. Of course, I
Doesn't
changed.
HRM got the prices?
What?
HRM Machinist got the prices down, right?
Does he? Let me go back to the chat.
I don't see him in the chat. He's here, but I don't
Oh.
see any prices.
I finished WCW's holster today.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll love to hear that.
Take care, Frank.
Yeah,
Good night, Frank.
Texted
Always a
some
pleasure.
pictures of it.
Frank, did you get that rain tonight?
Silver is up about $2 this week.
You know who to tell you that is? I haven't seen him in a while either. Is what's his name?
Cyber?
No. Well, yeah, but
He can tell you what it is in the U.S.
what's his name down? What's his name down there from Tennessee? Oh, he's been on the chat with me for.
Right on, Gear.
Oh,
There's a whole list of stuff.
I can't believe I can't remember his name. That's horrible of me.
Well, we hold you personally responsible, Mike.
Right? I'm trying to.
What you trying to do, Mike?
Well,
Cool dish. She's got copper prices and aluminum cans.
oh, here it is. Live spot prices. Gold. That can't be right. $1,344.65.
Yep.
It's up $21.90. It opened at $13.23. The highest it got was $13.47. Lowest was $13.35. Holy fuck!
Hey,
Silver.
Michelle.
What's silver? Is it still
Silver right now as we speak. Silver will close today at $19.87.
Whoa! It keeps on going up.
It went up $1.11. It opened at
Mhm.
$18.76. The highest it reached was $20.
Damn.
The lowest it went was
$12?
$19.13. Okay.
It was $12. It cost what? 22, 24 to get out of the ground.
Did somebody say hi, Shell? Is Shell in here?
Yeah, she was been listening. It was time for bed.
Good night, Shell. See you tomorrow night.
Night.
Be well. Sleep well. Hey, SLT Tony, how the hell are you?
That's STL, not SLT.
Same difference.
Slit slot.
Politically incorrect said he sold his #1 copper for $2.05 a pound today. So that's not bad, I don't think.
As long as you had more than a pound.
Brass and lead.
We got any knowledgeable gun guys on the panel today, or in chat?
What's
I
that?
shoot them.
Yeah, you got
Shoot 'em too.
Mr. Steve knows his weaponry.
Kinda.
What do you
Well,
got for us, Mr. Tall?
I got offered a Smith & Wesson 422 in partial trade for a shooting iron that I'm selling.
And Bird Dog is out there too, and Bird Dog is definitely a Bird Dog. Did you hear what Mr. Toller just said? Oh,
I
PIO
heard
deal.
the
That's right.
second
I forgot.
one.
I mean, I know my way around guns, but this is one that I just don't know much about.
What is it again? The Smith and Wesson?
Yeah.
422. 22 caliber semi-automatic.
Bird Dog, did you hear that?
So how much does he want off the price of what you're selling?
Well, it's pretty reasonable.
All right. She said you broke up. Can you repeat that?
It's in really nice condition, and he's wanting $250 for it.
Mr. Toller, I don't mean to interrupt you, but Bird Dog said you broke up. She didn't hear your total question. Can you repeat the total
What's
question?
the trade? What's the trade?
Oh, I just don't know.
But what was your question?
I'm selling my. Oh, I don't know much about it. I don't know anything about the gun.
Okay. So say what you said to us then, so Bird Dog can hear it.
I'm just wondering if anybody knows anything about them.
Smith and Wesson 422.
Yeah. Bird Dog,
Yeah.
what's a Smith & Wesson 422 worth? Because he wants to trade it for a what?
He wants my Ballister Molina. That's in my picture there.
Okay. He wants a ballast. So Bird Dog, this guy wants Mr. Tolly's Ballister Molina, which is his icon photo. And he's gonna, and in return, he's gonna get a Smith & Wesson 422.
Partial.
Good. But right. Good.
And some cash. And a little cash.
And a little cash. Good or bad?
It's a target model. It's in nice shape.
Approximately, Bird Dog says approximately 300 to 400 in good condition.
Okay. Well, then I ain't getting screwed on the deal.
That's pretty good value.
Joseph Cooper. Joe, welcome to the chat. I don't remember seeing you here before, so I'm not, I'm just welcoming you. Joe says, do not trade. Actually, Joe, I apologize. I'm subscribed to you.
He's offering cash with it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just not a straight up trade.
How you doing, Joe? Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I remember Joe now because he's got the Clint Eastwood icon. I remember.
Maybe he likes
Toller,
the gun.
You can't. Hang on one second, Saint. Mr. Toller, you can't see the chat, but Bird Dog wants to know polymer or wood.
Oh, wood grips.
Wood grips. Bird Dog.
Wood grips, target model.
Back from filming, S&W 422. Mostly the bricks. Blowback pistol, 350. So, my southern brother's back, and he's right in the same ballpark the Bird Dog was in. Mr. Tolley.
So, yep, I'm not doing too bad.
All right.
Because my Ballister Molina is not in great shape.
Are you getting? Are you? Bikes and Bullets says 300 used. So they're all right in that. You're in that ballpark. Are you not liking the one you have, or do you just really want the Smith & Wesson 422?
He's a collector.
Okay.
But he's a shooting collector. So he likes to collect, but he likes to be able to shoot it too. And any of the other Ballister Molinas he's been able to find have been so nice that you don't want to go out and shoot them because, well, you just don't come across them every day. Plus, when they're really nice, people want outrageous freaking money for them.
All right, Bird Dog says, if you like it, get it.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah, I just don't know what to think about it. It's different. It is definitely different.
I don't even believe that I've ever shot a Smith & Wesson 442.
422?
422, excuse me.
Even though 22
looks like
I was gonna say, even though 22 is coming back, I would still be looking for a deal on a 22 because they have been coming in at good prices. With the shortage, people just were not buying the guns. So
yeah. And you can get deals on 22 guns now too. Even you go to Walmart, you know what I'm saying? You're getting,
Yeah.
you know, they've come down. They've come down in their price.
Yeah, and I'm always looking for something.
Yeah. Something new,
different.
something different, new videos.
Well, I don't do videos on all my stuff, you know.
Right.
We gotta leave some stuff to the imagination.
Mr.
It
Tolly.
looks like
Some of it's just for you.
What? You can PI. You can't get. I'm sorry, Mr. I'm talking out loud again, Mr. Tolly. Politically incorrect. I call him PI for short.
Yeah.
He said that he to tell him, Mike, I still can't find 22 LR here. Really?
Wow.
Oh, I can't either.
Seriously?
Yep.
You can't either.
No.
Well, I guess Massachusetts is good for something.
You got to be in the right place at the right time to find it around here.
No kidding.
You can find it in the you know, mom and pop gun shops here. Problem
Yeah, I
being
can
is,
get it if I go to the gun shop. They just charge.
well,
twice.
that exactly. Problem being is if they don't own the building outright and they're leasing or renting or whatever, you're gonna pay. So you
Yep.
can get it. I mean, I'm not saying you can't, but you're gonna you know what I mean. You're gonna pay.
Yeah.
PG Partisan Gorilla says some LI here limited to a box of 50. Dish.
Well, yeah, that's part of the problem. They don't tell you pick the stuff anymore.
Right.
When you do tell you they just want to sell you one little box.
Come on,
I mean, I've got a couple thousand rounds, but
G-Trap is saying you can't get birdshot. For Christ, you can get birdshot anywhere. That's the cheapest shit you can buy.
yeah, that shit's all over the place.
Holy shit, you
I'm
get
not gonna run that in a semi-auto anyway.
right. Well, yeah.
I want birdshot. I'll load for birdshot in my 45 Colt.
And the fat man says shells are slam full of rimfire in upstate SC, Southern Carolina. For those of you who don't know what SC is. G-Trapper,
That's South
where are you?
Carolina,
I know. G-Trapper,
not Southern Carolina.
I know. G-Trapper, where is not here that you can't get birdshot? Because that's funny. Not funny for you, but funny that you can't go out and, you know, that's a sarcastic type of thing. You can't go out and get fucking birdshot. That is unbelievable.
So yeah, we can't get birdshot either at the Wally World.
Bird dog, you mean suppressor, don't you? Isn't silencer a bad word?
No. But suppressor is more politically correct.
Well, silencer, it's not completely quiet. I'd say it's suppressed.
G-Trapper, where you,
Yeah.
if you don't have to tell me obviously the town, but what state you in? Or province if you're in Canada, whatever. Because I don't know I don't know where you're from. I agree with you right there, pal. That I agree with you with.
I wonder if the word silencer came from what it actually did to the guy on the other end of the.
That's the
You know what I'm
scary name
saying?
for it.
I don't know.
Doesn't that sound like a mafia something? Yeah, hit him with the silencer.
So G-Trap is up in that awesome state of North Dakota. I'd like to visit there someday too. He's up in North Dakota.
Where?
G-Trapper is up in North Dakota
Awesome.
and can't get birdshot.
Hmm.
We gotta
Come
help
on
him.
down here to Minnesota and we'll get you some birdshot.
Yeah, we gotta help him out with bird. Holy shit, you can buy birdshot for what?
He needs to call the silencer. Sounds like he's got some ammo.
Nope, I can find birdshot all day long.
Right? Those 100 packs out.
Of course, still
Walmart.
Minnesota is a ways from North Dakota.
It's only 2 states over, right?
Maybe we can do a little truckload
Oh no, North
exchange.
Dakota's right next to it.
What do you got? 3 states over to him?
It's right next to us.
Yeah.
No, it's right next door.
North Dakota, I thought. It was next
Well,
to
what? So it's the northern Minnesota. It's right on the border.
Yeah.
Fargo
Man,
border area. I mean, it depends on what part of North Dakota he's in. If he's over in the west side of the state, that's a long ass way to go.
Yeah, it is. That'd be like me going to West New
But
York.
I have a buddy in central South Dakota who's an FFL, and if you need it, he can ship it to you.
There you go. All right. G-Trapper, there you go.
Go to my channel, shoot me a PM. We can get you hooked
And,
up.
and G-Trap, yeah, I don't know if you know Mr. Tolley. He's not hustling around. Go to Mr. Tolley. That's his channel name. Okay. Go to Mr. Tolley. Send him a PM, and then you guys can go from there. Shaker HP, how the hell you been? Shaker HP says hello, Mr. Talls.
Hello. How you doing, man? Hope all is well.
Mr. Tolley, I would assume by the response from G-Trapper, he said right on that you will be getting a PM in your box at some point. So
Awesome. Yeah, I got a buddy in Phillips, South Dakota. He's my crack dealer. That's what I call him. He's my South Dakota gun dealer.
Oh.
now, Saint, can you get everything you need out there?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I was at Walmart and I think I found 22 at Walmart maybe 4 or 5 times since Sandy Hook,
No,
since 2013. I mean,
they-
it's never at Walmart, and I just scored 3 50-round boxes. I think there were 327 apiece.
Are they still limiting you to 3 boxes?
Yep.
Okay.
They said the 50s, so they
Right.
probably had some 100-round mini mags, but I went after work, so I missed on those. Some old timer or something probably went there and they ain't got them. But I also scored 2 of the perfected 9mm, so those were 979 for 50 rounds of 9mm, and it's brass.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm not sure how well it's going to reload, but it's brass.
Well,
It
good.
reloads just fine.
It does? Okay, because it's kind of cheap.
I reloaded a crap load of it.
Now,
I've reloaded it for a 9mm and 223 so far.
Steve, can you get 22?
As far as I know, it's all over. I haven't been looking,
Right.
but I always glance when I go by, and it seems like it's always in there.
And the reason why I'm asking, Indiana Patriot, I don't know if I said hello to you tonight, but if I didn't, hello, and if I did, hello again. Thanks for being here. The reason why I'm asking everybody is because, and what, Groove, can you get all that out there too?
I'm not sure, like at the Wally World, but there's a nearby flea market where I can score some.
All right, so you can get it.
Yeah.
So the only reason I'm asking, I'm trying to figure out that, if it's a regional thing, if it's a state type thing where I can get it here in Mass, I know I can get it in New Hampshire, and I know I can get it in Maine. So that covers the Northeast. Okay, pretty much. I don't know about Rhode Island.
Our Walmart,
But
local Walmart doesn't order this stuff.
my point is that I'm
Anti-gun
dumbfounded
mandate.
that the Dakotas couldn't get it. I just think that's weird. I don't know.
I think the Walmart employees sell it online for a markup.
I have
Well,
no doubt.
I know the ones, when we do get it in here, they've told me, who's buying it up. I'd
Now-
like to club this son of a bitch.
Now, when
He's
you
a
get it in-
dealer. He's a dealer, and he takes it to the gun shows and sells it at, double the money.
Cute.
Hey,
Yeah,
Groove,
and I confronted him. I confronted him at a gun show one time, and asked him, "Who the hell is paying $7 for a box of 50 freaking rounds?" I said, I mean, I can't find this stuff anywhere, but I'm sure someone not paying $7 for 50 rounds of 22. That's just stupid.
That's internet prices, yeah.
And
Bush brother, how the hell are you?
yeah, and he started reading me the riot act. Well, God, I said, just because you go to Walmart and buy the shit before I can get there, doesn't mean you can charge $7 for 50 rounds.
I mean, I used to figure out like which stores were getting their shipments in and which days, and get there like a half hour before they opened. Those days are long gone. I'm getting I find stuff at Cabela's even.
Two things.
I don't even find it much at Cabela's, but you know, I got a guy at Cabela's, so
Cabela's is a little priced.
I got a guy.
DSW said when he was down in San Antonio, they had shelves and shelves of 22 long rifle at Walmart.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask Groove. Groove, you said when you went, you can go to flea markets and get it. Is that like a FFL? Is that like or is that like somebody that owns a gun shop that has a stand? How does that all work?
He has a little bit of everything actually. He's every once in a while he'll sell guns in there as well. I mean, depends on what he has that day. I mean, I bought 9mm ammo off of him and 380 and things of that nature. So he had bunches of 22 ammo. He had CCI Stingers and Remingtons and all that.
Huh.
Wow. I just find it amazing how everybody can get this and that, and yet, again, you can't get shit in Dakota, in any of the Dakotas. That's just dumbfounding to me.
Yeah,
out in Washington, we can buy stuff off the internet, so I can get 1,000 rounds of 5.56 delivered right to my door. 9mm.
G-Trapper said CCI is $12 for 20 rounds.
$12. Wow. I wouldn't pay more than 10.
no.
I'm just telling you what he wrote. I'm saying what he wrote. It says CCI $12 for 20 rounds here. And you know what?
Bird shot.
Well, I'll tell you what. I showed Charlie, you remember, I think you were on the panel that night when I showed you that box of friggin' 5 Hornady for my shotgun, the Hornady.
Oh yeah.
Defense stuff.
No, the copperhead. What do you call it? The
I don't know what they call
Like
it.
Anyways.
Defense slug or something.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
I use it
slugs.
as a hunting slug, right? $20.
Solids.
$20 for a box
Oh
of
yeah,
5.
your fancy hunting slug. That's right. Yeah.
$20 for a box of 5.
Crazy.
I feel his pain, paying that, what he's paying.
Well, you use those to scope in the shotgun, Mike.
I use a scope for my shotgun. You're supposed to.
Yeah, you better make sure it's close before you start shooting them expensive things.
Dish, they're not sabots, they're sabos. In the northeast, we call them sabos.
I didn't get the memo with the scope. I always use iron sights, but
Really?
yeah.
I was always taught on
Yeah,
iron sights. And
I can't see iron sights.
Hard to get them in the scope when they're running.
no, you shoot with 2 eyes open.
True. Yeah.
Shoot with both eyes open.
Well,
I mean,
And I just found that out. I just found that out last year. Because I would
Yeah,
shoot.
but you got to practice doing it.
Well, I do. I practice. Believe it or not, I practice with my pellet gun here because obviously I can't shoot my fucking shotgun in the backyard. So
Yeah,
I
no,
was
it's harder to shoot with both eyes open.
Well, I know. I was talking with Working Class Wizard one time. He was on his way down south. We were just shooting the shit, and he said to me, Mike, do you? And he asked me, do you shoot with one eye closed all the time? You got to try it open. When him and I were at the range last year up north, Oh, I mean, I tried on my Pelican out back here, and then when I went to the range with him up north, I shot with my eyes open, and he was telling me, he says, Mike, think about it, right? He said, you got your left eye, because I'm a righty, so my dominant eye is my right, so I got my left eye closed. He goes, you have no peripheral vision from your left. He says, so if the deer's going this way, you lost him. He says, if you got both your eyes open, you can see him. And I didn't get the opportunity to shoot a deer this year with both eyes open, but I didn't get an opportunity.
Well, and it's the same one.
Deer, but
It's the same way shooting it. The same way shooting a pistol. All these guys training to be, tactical Timmy and stuff. They're all closing one eye and they're lining up their sight. But guess what? If you get in the heat of battle, you ain't gonna be closing your freaking eye. It takes too long to line up your shot.
Shit, I'd close both eyes and just start squeezing.
Yeah, well, see,
I ain't no
a
hero.
lot of people would do that.
All right, let me,
You're a leader.
I never bought 500 rounds of ammo in my life, so I'm going to ask this question. We're going to trace, you just said 500 rounds of 22 long LRs, CCI, 40 grain, $65 plus shipping. Is that good?
That's a good price because I just seen it in cheaper than dirt for $94.
I did too.
I
Wow.
was like, holy
That's freaking
crap!
I never bought it that. I never bought that much. So
Nah,
The last time I bought a 500 brick, it was $30. So
Yeah.
I haven't been shopping
Well,
for
I don't
22
shoot
in a while.
CCI anyway.
excuse me. Do they sell bricks for?
CCI was overpriced.
Do they sell bricks for 17 HMRs?
You know what? I haven't seen
I
them.
don't think so. I've never seen it. Never
I
seen
just
Because I'll be buying bricks of those.
right on.
Yeah.
God, I had a chance to get one of them too. What was it, the Savage?
Yep. They have a
Thought
nice
about
one.
getting it.
They have a nice
Thought
one.
about getting it.
The gun shop up
But I-
there. There's a gun shop about 3 miles up the road here in New Hampshire, and he's got a Savage 17, and he wants like $330 for it, and I mean that's with the scope and all that too, but
Yeah.
no.
It depends on the scope. Depends a
I
lot
mean,
on the scope.
Bird Dog said she bought a shitload of CCI Christmas 22 LR 500 pack for $25.
Yep.
Wow.
That should be.
I got to drive down to
I
Florida.
mean, I remember buying bricks for $10-15.
Right.
Wow.
I understand those days are over, but damn, man.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
get the AR tacticals for like $27.99 out here for 300. I've even been scoring some of the 525 round bricks of the golden bullets. Scored those a couple times.
Yeah.
Scored M22s, all kinds of stuff. Actually, if anything that I'm kind of disappointed with is the Federal Blue Box. A couple of Federals, and I'm a huge Federal fan for centerfire. I
Do
love
ya?
Federal. But they're 22s. I just haven't had the best luck for some reason.
I don't know. I've got
Golden bullets, those are chastised on YouTube, and people are coming around a little bit to them, but I've never had an issue with them. They're just
So who
cheap
just
and
got in the
dirty,
fight with
that's
the,
all.
I
microphone?
had a Glenfield 22 that just loved them. Oh, I got a brick of Thunderbolts. I got 2 bricks of Winchester, and I still got a brick of Fiocchi standard velocity. Man, my squirrel gun loves that standard velocity Fiocchi.
Right.
It shoots little teeny holes in paper. I clover leaf it. Shoot little clover leaves at 50 yards with it. It's awesome.
Well, let me ask you. All right, so because I'm always going online because I can't mail order. I have to either mail order to my buddy's house, or usually I could do it to my sister's. That gives me an excuse to drive out to Vermont. You know what I mean? She says, "Oh,
Yeah,
you must have ordered friggin' you must have ordered ammo." Yep, I did. But so I'll go online and I'll look at different ammo places. This one has Lucky Gunner.
Yeah.
And some of them I think that they're pretty fucking out of the world. Although like this one here, I want to say, was it the one that TR turned me onto a while back? I believe was ammodump.com or ammodepot.com.
There's ammo depot or ammo dump.
Yeah.
Ammo C.
Yeah, TR.
They're all over.
TR turned me onto that site. And,
Yeah.
But like this here, right? Tulamo, 9mm, 115 grain, full metal jacket for 1,000 rounds. How much?
Probably 219.
160,
That's steel case Tula. So that's like 219 or so, 179.
165.
Wow.
Right on, winging it.
In case of any of my guns.
But I don't
No
see
steel in my shooting irons.
I don't see 22s. Oh, there we go. 22 LR.
Matter of fact, I reload most of what I shoot anyway.
Right. 40 grain.
Although my mailman hates when I order lead.
Good for you, Dish. Said she just found half a brick of 22s.
Nice.
Like Christmas.
Yeah, buddy.
You like you said you like your Federals for the long rifle? The 22 LR Federal? Saint?
I haven't had luck with the blue box Federals, and I also haven't had luck with their white box
Well, they're
Target either for some reason.
Yeah,
and my neighbor's bought some, and he kind of experienced the same thing.
This is 22 LR, 40 grain, solid Federal, 500 rounds.
I mean, I have a hard time getting that blue stuff to run through my Ruger 1022. That thing eats everything.
$53.
Yeah.
Federal auto match,
that auto snatch.
Yeah, you use that?
That stuff's awful.
Yeah,
it's awful.
That's stuff.
$36.95.
I haven't had luck with that either. Yeah.
It doesn't shoot worth crap in any of my guns. And if you look around, and most of the guys that shoot 22 rimfire matches, they're not using high velocity ammo. They're all using standard velocity Ely match ammo, or the CCI standard velocities. They're not shooting that high velocity stuff. It's not as accurate.
Skunky
I'd love
jerky.
breaking out a box of like the Velocitors or something. Or what are the ones that I got?
Yeah.
Whatever I shoot.
Flames coming out of the gun.
As long as it kills a squirrel, I'm good with it.
Okay.
Well, how much meat do you want left,
Right.
I shoot squirrel with standard velocity solid. Because you don't need no hollow point for goddamn squirrel.
Right.
Oh, come on now.
But I did that once, and I only had half a squirrel.
Yeah.
I only had half a squirrel left.
You can work with that. If you shoot them in the guts, you don't have to gut them when they fall.
Sorry about that, guys.
I suppose you could shoot them right up the pooper, huh?
Yeah.
Can you guys give me 2 seconds? Can you guys give me 2 seconds? I'll be right back.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
Give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
All right.
I like the standard velocity solids because it goes in and goes back out.
Yep. That's all you
It
need.
doesn't make a mess.
Yeah,
And I'm going for headshots anyway.
Right.
Yeah,
I made a mistake of going squirrel hunting with my 22 mag before, Oops.
Oh, that's way. See, I've been trying to find a 22 Hornet, and I want to download those so I can shoot squirrel with them. But I can reload 22 Hornet.
Right. Yeah, that'd be interesting. I wonder if you'd get them soft enough
Yeah.
where they didn't stick in the barrel.
What about 17 HMR?
Yeah.
You can shoot squirrels with those.
Well, I
You better go for a
know a lot of
headshot.
people that do. Yep. Well, and the guys that I hang out with, we're squirreling. We don't go for anything else. I mean, it's headshots all day long.
Right.
Squirrels and bunnies. Hey, we don't want them to suffer. I've seen some pretty bad shots on a rabbit before. Oh, and they suffer until you get over there and you pop one in the head.
Right.
I don't want them to suffer. I want them done. So even if I'm having a bad day and I miss my headshot, I get them in the neck anyway, and it's over. So.
Right.
How do you feel about ballistic?
But hey. Huh?
How do you feel about ballistic tips?
I can't understand you.
Ballistic tips.
Well, not for squirrels.
Well,
Eradicating prairie dogs.
Yeah, I suppose for prairie dog it wouldn't be so bad.
All right.
Right on, Fat Man.
It's just
Stingers
fun
are a
again.
bit hot.
You guys didn't do a giveaway
Little
while I was gone, did you?
Little bit.
Yeah,
Mike, you're broke.
Get your
Yeah,
prime account out.
I had
Give
the,
away another knife.
I had the girls on one night, Mr. Tolley, and Mike with all the girls as on the panel, and I left for a minute and I came back and we had a giveaway. I think Bird Dog won that giveaway
well,
too.
you're
Right?
Yeah. Sucker.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for
What
the
time
ladies.
is it getting to be?
It's not that bad. It's only 12:30. It's 11:30. It's 11:30 your
I
time,
gotta get
right?
up in the morning.
Well, 11:35.
Yeah. Gotta go fishing.
So you're just shore fishing, Mike, or are you going on a little John boat, or
No,
what's the
I don't.
deal?
I don't even know. My canoe's up north. I don't own anything else. I don't own a motorboat or anything like that. I shore fish.
Yeah.
That's all I was doing today.
Do you got a bridge, or do you got like a
It's
little path you
bad
walk
day.
down or something?
Yeah, if not right off the beach. I like to fish. I'm not a, what do you call it? Like this die-hard, eat, sleep, and drink fisherman. You know what I'm saying? I fish to fish.
Right.
I fish to take my kids fishing. But when I go fishing, I'm there to catch something. But I'm not going to whine and cry when I don't.
Right.
Kind of like when I go
Right.
hunting.
You're there for the enjoyment of it.
Yeah. I don't have to have the best tackle, whether it's $8 for a lure or not. I don't have to have. I don't have to. You know what I'm saying here? I could take a frickin' 30-cent rubber friggin' worm, put it on, go down the lake, and have fun with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right on.
Yeah,
Bird Dog, ditto, sweetheart. Big time ditto on that one.
catch a couple perch or bass or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
And panfish, whatever. I said to these guys before, saying, I don't know if you were here, but I told these guys before that I got a guy at work that gets mad at me because I'll eat bass. He's like, why? That's a sporting fish. You're supposed to catch and release bass. No. If I catch it, it's big enough, it's going down my belly.
See, I won't eat bass just because they're kind of nasty and wormy usually around here.
I think the smallmouth bass are better, but
Smallmouths I'll eat. They're good.
yeah, smallmouths are nice.
But they generally live in colder water than a largemouth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're finickier.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll go see if I can catch any trout tomorrow.
That'd be fun. I've been looking for some trout spinners, and there's two of them that I'm looking for, and I can't find them anywhere around here. I haven't even been able to find them on eBay. I'm looking for a number 0 MEPS. Gotta be a MEPS. a black and white and a red and white. If you ever look for tackle and you see a number 0 maps, red and white and black and white, buy it. I'll pay you for it.
Right on.
I'll buy it from you.
I'll buy
Resale
it.
markup.
I'll send it to you. We'll call it a day. All right? How's that? How about sea
I
bass?
don't even care, man. I can't find them nowhere.
Bikes and Bullets says, how about sea bass? I never tried it. Do you mean sea bass? Do you mean stripers?
Yeah, striped bass.
Okay. Yeah, striped bass. Fucking the nuts. Good eating.
They just pull, man.
Yeah.
They just pull.
That's all they do.
Bluefish, they dart. They're very impressive for their size because they got a forked tail.
And they'll take your
Like a
finger
tuna
off as soon
fish?
as you look at them.
Yeah, very sharp teeth in their mouth.
You know, we
But
can't
the
fish
bass, they got weight. You know, they're just like they just pull.
You know what we can't fish for here out here anymore around Saint? Is wolffish. You gotta throw them back. You gotta throw them back. You can't keep them anymore.
I used to hate the
saltwater?
sea robins and
Yeah,
stuff.
saltwater.
Gotcha.
It's a cross between like a cusk and an eel and a catfish, I guess. I don't know. It's a wicked different fish, but they taste absolutely phenomenal.
Ugh.
You've caught up. I've seen them, right, Saint?
No.
You know, come on. They have like the two teeth like this. Hook 'em
American
onto the,
eels.
They're kind of scary looking.
yeah, they are, and you can hook them onto the bar of the boat, the railing on the boat.
I
We
caught
used
an
to-
American eel.
We used to roll beer cans in front of them, right? And then grab the beer can, smash them, and just
Holy
crush the beer
smokes.
can. Full beer
Wow.
can too. And
Was
they-
it like it's just all mouth?
Yeah,
So
They're-
that fish it's just
they're-
all mouth.
yeah, they're bottom feeders.
Yeah.
Get me in Mass. Yeah, you can come to Mass, Bird Dog.
You catch it, open its mouth, and throw all your cans and cigarette butts in it. Oh man.
Do you eat
That's
lobster?
bad.
Hey, do you eat lobster? The fuck do you think lobster eat from? The top of the water?
Lobsters.
Come on now.
You know, eating off the bottom in the ocean is a lot different than eating off the bottom in Minnesota lakes.
Right.
Well, yeah.
I'll guarantee you that.
But I'll tell you what, I've told you this 100 times, Mr. Tully. I've seen all those ice fishing bids and everything, and freshwater, you know, and non-ice fishing bids of people fishing in Minnesota. That's like freaking awesome.
Are those in fishermen guys still doing their thing up
The
there?
who?
They're called the
Yeah,
in fishermen, the
I don't know
Lander
who-
brothers.
I don't know who they are. Sorry.
One of them is anyway.
Yeah, they
see
did
them
a
every once in a
magazine
while.
and
I'll
a
catch
fishing
it.
show.
You're trolling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's on public TV now.
Hey, Mr. Tully.
Yes, sir.
Our friend the Fat Man. He's going trolling
Yeah.
tomorrow. Yep, he's gonna go troll for cougars
Trolling?
tomorrow. Yep, trolling.
Oh.
For cougars tomorrow night using the
Trolling,
blue
trolling.
Hey, he's gonna use blue martinis as bait.
You right on.
Oh yeah.
Good luck, my brother. Good luck. With your luck, you probably
I
get a
think my
nod.
wife would take issue if I did that. My wife would take a little issue if I did that.
Yeah, but see, he don't have a wife.
Yeah, I know. Lucky bastard.
Whoop,
No, I
whoop.
didn't say that out loud, did I?
I can say anything I
I
want.
love
My wife don't watch my videos. She don't watch my chats, and I can
And
say
you-
what I
yeah.
want.
Can you
I know.
believe that when she told you, Mike?
No, I know she doesn't watch them. She don't watch 'em. I point her out to people all the time, and I'm like, see, this is, you know, I'll show a working class woodsman, and da da da. And,
Yeah, the only one my wife will watch is she watches Mouse Toes.
really?
Yep. Well, because Mouse Toes has got some awesome canning videos.
Well, I don't know how to can, so I'll have to do a video that Mrs. T will watch.
I don't think you could.
I know, right? Because I don't know how to can. My brother does.
I don't either.
My brother cans. he cans like sauce. He cans a lot.
I can't say I don't know I can. I know I can. I actually did a canning video a long time ago.
More of jarring than canning, right? They put him in a jar. He, you know, I mean, it's in a preserving jar. It ain't a can. Why do they call it canning? It's stupid.
Well, yeah. I don't know. Because that's what they wanted to call it.
I know, right?
The canning is the process, not the container.
Right.
You are indeed a lucky bastard. You are.
Who?
The fat man. He just wrote in the external that he is indeed a lucky bastard.
Yes, he is. One of the good guys.
Jarring.
Dish, stop. She's always
You
picking
think
on.
tomorrow?
She's hurting my feelers.
Yeah, Mike, you love it and you know it.
Dish, I told you this a long time ago.
To the garage.
You going
Go
to the
ahead.
garage tomorrow? Go ahead.
No, I went to a garage sale last summer,
Yeah.
and I found a Zebco 202 fishing rod. And I think
No
I'm gonna
way.
Take that fishing.
Those are I don't care what anybody says. Those are the best reels in the world.
That was my first fishing pole. That
Me
was
too.
my first fishing pole when I was a kid.
Me too. Zebco.
PI, you out of here?
Had one.
Mine was the 33.
I think
The
I'm gonna
Zebco
take that
33.
fishing.
Hey, politically
It's
correct.
a big boy.
Politically incorrect, better known as PI. Good night, sir. And as always, thank you for coming in.
See you later.
And I feel bad
I'm gonna
because.
take off too, guys.
All right, Mr. Tolley, thank you for coming.
I'm tired.
What?
I'm gonna
And
fish
is that
tomorrow, so.
is it a secret that you finished WCW's holster or?
No, I texted him pictures of it today.
Oh, he
Good
must
luck
be
with your trade.
He must be happy in a pig and shit.
Yeah, well, I hope I haven't decided if I'm going to do it or not, but I might, just because that 422 is kind of interesting.
Right.
And G Trapper,
Gunpoint.
hey, Mr. Tolley, G Trapper saying thank you
Yeah.
to you out in the comment section.
Oh yeah, give me that PM. We'll figure it out. I'll give him a call tomorrow and see if he's got any handy. If not, he'll get it. No worries there. So we'll see y'all later.
All right.
Good night, brother.
Zero. I'll keep my eye out.
Have a good night, guys.
Good night, buddy.
Good night.
Another one of the nicest guys you'll see on YouTube is him.
Right on.
Someone just wrote something I wanted to. I lost it. Damn it! I can't stand with it. Sometimes it goes by so fast.
Right.
Oh, Dish, by the way, don't worry about that shit. I know you do. I forget what the hell I wanted to. No big deal. Yeah, but maybe, you know what I'll do? Maybe tomorrow I will go trout fishing. And I'm going to try the same bait that I use when I went trout fishing with working class woodsmen.
The mealworms,
Mm-hmm.
they're not just for ice fishing anymore.
Nope. Served me right up there. You know, I caught all the brookies up there, up in New Hampshire with him. And
Now, did they jack with the rules on your streams where sometimes you
Yeah,
can only use
five.
artificial and all that stuff?
oh yeah, certain times of the year. I think it was just past the worms only weekend or whatever that we used to call it.
Right.
You know, you can't use lures, you can't use, you know, anything else but worms. Yeah, there are. There's plenty of places on streams and rivers that you can only fly fish.
Right.
Yeah, and I found out the hard way on one of them.
Gear.
Right. Thanks, Kia. You don't forget a fucking thing, do you? You don't forget a fucking thing, do you, brother? You are the best, Kia. Another nice guy on YouTube.
See, you got to watch it here on the streams when you're like canoeing down and fishing.
For those who don't, by the way, I apologize. Uncle Kyle, how are you? I hope you're doing well. And I hope that I see you tomorrow night.
Right on, Uncle Kyle.
To get back to what Gear's saying, Mr. Fat Man, I don't know if you heard this story, all right? But, so I go ice fishing. I don't know what the hell it was, February, whatever the hell it was, last winter. And so I go ice fishing. I go get my license, my New Hampshire state license, off I go. Working class wisdom says, you know what, you should come up and go trout fishing. I says, you're right, I should. So I did. And so we went trout fishing. I get to working class wisdom's house, and he says, come on. He says, well, I'll print you off like 3 licenses. That way there, if you lose them, you know, you'll be fine. I said, yeah, cool, let's do it. So I get on his laptop and do everything. Boom, 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 boom. Prints me off 3 licenses. As soon as the 3rd license came out off the freaking printer, I looked at him and I said, why did I just buy another license? Didn't I go ice fishing with you in February? So when I called the fishing game, the New Hampshire fishing game, I said to them, I told them my woes. I said, you know, I bought it in February, da, 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 da. And you know what the woman said to me? Thanks for the donation.
I can't believe she was that straightforward.
I spent $135 in the state of New Hampshire, and so far I've taken 6 trout, 5 brookies, and a rainbow ice fishing. So, you know, so that sucked.
Chicken and teeth.
I think it sucks, but there's nothing I can do about it. It's my own damn fault, because instead of using my real name, I used my nickname, Mike, and so it didn't come up. You know, you guys know, you buy licenses online, year after year, you punch in, you know, Mike, and then bang, everything comes up, and then you go from there. Well, I went under Michael on my first one and Mike on my second one, so it never popped up.
Right.
You know. So working class wisdom, you know what working class wisdom told me? He said that means you can take 10 brookies today. He said take 5 on that license and 5 on that license.
You probably find out it's a crime to have 2 licenses.
You know. Yeah, well, I keep one in my wallet. The one I bought at his house, I keep in my wallet, and my ice fishing license is in my hunting jacket. So I'll just leave that one there.
Right, Greg?
Yeah, it was kind of funny. What is a fishing license? But yeah, it was a good time. So yeah, you know what? I can't wait. Maybe tomorrow I will do that. We'll go trout fishing tomorrow.
Right.
You know what I need is a fucking GoPro with a tripod so I can fucking do videos. Because I can only it's so hard for me to try to set up the cell phone without it moving, and then if I'm too far away, you ain't gonna hear me, and so I really gotta wait till camera girl's with me or my wife, or you know, and that's my wife's kind of I really don't want to do that. Well, whatever. But
Right on, fat man.
right on, my brother.
Yeah, but we got some of the streams here, and they block them off in sections where one section is fly fish only, one section is whatever.
Right.
And if you're coasting down in a canoe fishing, you got to watch the bank, because they'll actually put little signs on the bank. You miss that sign, you're screwed.
Don't be like me, because I did it. I went and I'm sitting there with a reel. Well, of course, a fly rod has a reel too, but you know what I'm saying. I wasn't fly fishing, and boom, out of fucking nowhere, he comes walking up. And I said, how are you doing today? He says, I'm doing well. I said, that's good. I said, what's going on? He goes, I was going to ask you the same thing. I go, what's up? He says, well, you're fishing in a fly fishing zone only. I says, no, I'm not. He says, sir, you really are. I says, where's the sign? He's, come over here, I'll show you. We walked about 30 yards, 40 yards. It's on the tree line. All right, so I'm fishing on a river, right? And the river is low, so it's rock, like a rock beach, so to speak.
Right.
And it's on a tree facing this way, okay? I'm on the beach over here. It's facing that way. It's on a tree. I'm like, dude, seriously? It should be on the friggin' where you can see it. And he says, even still, you should know, if you're fishing in a certain area, you should know what area you can. He says, because if you look it up, it'll tell you south of da-da-da-da is only fly fishing, north of the bridge is either or.
Right.
I get out of the ticket, but still it's a pain in the ass, I think. You know?
That's big.
Yeah, we got some spots where you have to use a barbless hook too, hawking.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, Hawk, that's a out-of-state license. That's for New Hampshire. Me living in Mass, I buy it in New Hampshire. My Massachusetts fishing license, I believe. Well, I don't buy just a fishing license. I buy a sporting license. I buy my hunting and fishing license, and it costs me, I think, $30 for both of them.
Nice.
I think it's $30, and then I pay my tags. I pay the $5 turkey tag. I pay the $5 muzzleloader tag.
Oh, they break it down. That's
Oh, yeah.
kind of interesting.
I pay $5 for a turkey tag, $5 for a muzzleloader tag, $5 for a
Regular deer.
No, it comes
Small
with
Nickel and diamond, yeah.
waterfowl, and $5 for shit.
Crabbing,
No.
shell fishing.
My bow tag. To shoot a bow, it's $5. And then I think it's $8 for a bear tag.
Is that for every bow you shoot?
What?
$8?
Oh, it's $8 for a bear tag.
Yeah, no, I'm just teasing.
But separate from all that is a $10 fishing charge if I want to go fish in the ocean.
Right.
Yeah. Out here, we got a placard for the rear view mirror. You gotta hang a card up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's dated on. But one thing that's cool is if you're parked at a lake and at the boat launch, you have to have one of those placards to park there. But those placards, they also work though for some hiking spots and trails and stuff. So usually you'd have to buy that if you wanted to go hiking or something. You'd have to get one of those passes. So it works for both. So it's kind of cool.
Hawk and Hill. Hawk, where were you from again? Hawk pays $20 for a fishing license, $20 for a hunting license, $20 for the deer tag, $20 for a turkey tag, and $20 free tracking tag. Are you fucking kidding me?
That's how it is here.
Yeah, same here.
It's clean $100. 20.
Fucking serious?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when I go get all my tags, I'm walking out broke.
All my tags, even if I was a bird hunter, I don't mean bird by turkey, I mean bird by, waterfowl and whatever, partridge and all that, right? So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, so with my, this is how Mass does it. With my, when I buy a hunting license, that encompasses two bull,
Bow tags.
huh? $2. It doesn't include the doe tag. That includes $2.
$2. I thought you said it was 5.
Stop, will you? It includes the $2. That comes under, and also to fox, coyote. All right, comes under small game too. All right, squirrel. Okay, that comes. All encompasses that. All right, it's another $5 for a doe tag, and it's like a lot. It's not a lottery, but it is. They call it a lottery, but it isn't because everybody gets one. And then at the end of the year, at the end of the summer, like I buy it in July, by late September, if they say, all right, you can buy, 3 or 4 more doe tags, I go buy 3 or 4 more doe tags for $5 a piece.
Wow.
Okay, so it's it cost me 30. Cost me 60 for every tag that I want. Bow, bird, all that. Cost me $62.50.
Phew. That's like half the price of what ours is.
But I go to New Hampshire and I buy a hunting license. It's $105, and that's for $1.
Right.
Okay, that's $1. If I buy my main license is $116. That's for $1. And if I buy a muzzleloader tag, that's $41.
Right. Hey, Dish, you got a book handy? Spew some of them prices out up here.
New Hampshire's $85 for a bow tag, on top of your $105. So it's $190 for me to go bow hunting in the state of New Hampshire.
Right. Shoot, I think it's $200 or $300 if an outer stater comes here.
Cheapest place for an out-of-stater to go hunting. I looked this up, by the way. Cheapest place for an out-of-stater to go hunting, state of Rhode Island, $26.50.
Really?
Yeah, it's because there's nowhere to hunt.
Look it up. Yes, there
Two
is.
sides of Rhode Island, and that place is so densely populated.
Let me tell you something. The deer in Rhode Island are nice deer. And you can hunt until February in that fucking state.
No, I remember they used to do a hunt, and people used to get all in an uproar because
No, they hunt down the
deer
forest.
were on the deer on an island.
Yeah,
and once they
Block
start
Island.
getting overpopulated,
Yeah, they still are.
they have to do a hunt.
Yes.
And so everyone would get all mad, but it's like they're just gonna not have enough food and starve, and that's more inhumane. Just kind of cull the herd a little bit.
They're on Block Island. You can get like eight tags to shoot on Block Island.
No, I don't think it's some small little island out Long Island Sound somewhere out there. No, it's not that one. It's not Nantucket or Block Island.
No,
It's a small one.
I'm telling you right now. I'll tell you which one right now it is.
I guess shitloads of island out there.
Because I almost fished on it this past winter, but I really didn't want to take a friggin' ferry in the winter. Call me.
Now, do you guys do draw hunts as well?
Say it again.
Do you guys have draw hunts there?
We do.
Say it. Draw hunts?
Yeah.
Draw hunts. Lottery
that?
hunts.
Yeah,
like
for moose.
Okay.
Just for moose.
What were the name of those two? Block Island.
Numbnuts. Block Island, okay?
Yeah.
It's southeast of Westerly, Rhode Island.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
It's not that one though.
But it's the island. Now,
it's not Nantucket either.
Where you can hunt in Rhode Island is the Arcadia Management Area.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Hey, Bird Dog, what the heck is a crisp bow? Is that some kind of new thing in Florida?
The who?
A Crispo. It's awesome.
Crispo?
Yeah.
I don't.
I thought it was racist slang from the hood.
Hawk says what he means is you buy a deer tag. What I mean is you buy a deer tag year. Is there any way you can take what?
You
You
touch
buy a
yourself
deer
out.
tag. A tag year. Is there any way you can take your deer? You got me confused on that one.
He might be trying to say if you buy a deer tag there, you can use any weapon you want to take a deer. Yes? No?
In my state or your state? In my state, you have to differentiate. Like I said, because we have a $5 bow tag,
I'm surprised they let you do anything there.
and we have you can use a muzzle loader during shotgun season, but you can't use a shotgun during muzzle loader season. And you can hunt bow all season long if you like. And my bow
Is there no
season,
hunting?
my,
Is there no
my,
hunting on Sundays?
you realize I'm fucking ignoring the ass right out of you, right? My bow hunting season starts like the late October. It's like the 24th or 23rd, 22nd of October. It runs to December 31st. So
Ours is like October 1st, clear up to January.
New Hampshire starts September 16th, and they go until I think the second week of December.
Wow, that's early.
Well, because they start
Of course it
early.
depends.
They start in September.
No, I mean, that's what I meant by early, September.
Oh, yeah.
It all depends on the weather they get, too.
Yeah. Hawk says it covers bow hunting, muzzleloader hunting, and shotgun hunting.
Wow, cool.
Wow.
Unless it's, $200.
Crispo is for hunting Wyndham woodcrafts. I'm hunting him down too. He's taking a siesta from YouTube. Mike got a target a license for hunting bunny breed. No, that bunnies come under my hunting license too.
Sweet, bird dog. That is awesome to hear.
What's that?
ISIS hunting season is now open.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Nice.
Do we get paid for that?
We've got a bounty.
yeah.
And do they need to be dead or alive? Because I'd rather just fucking hit him with a shotgun right to the chest area. That'll look a little
Right.
messy, but nonetheless, I guess it's a job done,
BB soaked in pig fat.
right?
So that was an Iraqi chopper that took that convoy out, right?
It's a convoy.
Did you guys see that? There was a convoy of ISIS.
Oh,
like
yeah.
yesterday, day before. That was an Iraqi chopper.
Before Istanbul, you mean? Before the attack, you mean?
No, that's who took him out. That was an Iraqi helicopter. The United States was stalling the whole time. The United States wouldn't fire on him, but we wouldn't do anything to him. The Iraqi helicopter came in and just started
I
blowing
don't
him
think
away.
we can we?
I don't know.
Maybe that's why they didn't.
Why are they there then?
Yeah, Hawk, you're lucky you get wild boar. I don't have any up here. Well,
I'll
we
tell
have
you
some
what,
in New Hampshire.
that's not
We got
luck when
200
they get out of hand.
Yeah, I know. We got about 200 of them up in New Hampshire, but it's a what do you call it? It's not a lottery. It's just you go ask. It's what happened? Apparently, some pig farmers' pigs got away and they started multiplying. But It's 1980 Toyota pickups, no shit, right?
Convoy. No, them bastards are using half the equipment we left there.
No, they're using CBs like the movie Convoy.
Rubber duck.
The only state I won't hunt in up here is Connecticut. This state troopers don't
Is there
like.
no hunt? Is there no hunting on Sundays?
Yeah, Mass you can't hunt on Sunday. Maine you cannot hunt on Sunday. New Hampshire you can.
That's crazy.
Vermont I don't know about. Although Vermont, they have a policy like you can't take a spike horn. You have to have 4 points or better. And they'll yank your license if you shoot anything under 4 points.
Right.
It's like a drunk driving right off the bat. You lose your license. Same thing here.
Wow.
There is no oops I shot it by accident bullshit. If you shoot anything under that in Vermont, you lose your license.
Here with a combo license, we're allowed $2 for a shotgun and rifle. Your first one can be a spike. Actually, your first one can be anything. Your second tag has to be 4 points or better, and there's slight variation from county to county.
Yeah, ours is our ruling on it is they call them, I don't know what they probably call them the same thing everywhere else, but they call it antlerless and antlers.
Right.
And I know why they call it antlerless now, because you can have the guy up in Maine last year shot a 10-point buck that was a female.
No kidding.
Yeah. So see, even the fucking wildlife has their fucking choices of where to go to the bathroom. We can shoot. It's gotta be 3 inches. The antlers have to be 3 inches high.
Same here.
Fuck, you might as well have spots on it. Tender. Down, down. Yeah, we can shoot coyote. We can only, actually, we can't shoot coyote all year round. Coyote season closes on March 13th, 11th, 12th, some bullshit like that. Then it reopens in June, I believe. I think it's
We get mountain cats out here chasing down mountain bikers.
Nice.
No, thank you.
Wow, Bird Dog, really? Bird Dog said, as a Florida landowner, we're supposed to pay $6 for a deer permit.
Is that a complaint? Here, you gotta pay full price.
I think she's being sarcastic. Actually, I don't think you have to pay. In New Hampshire, if you're on your own property, but there's a twist to it. It's got to be like you have to have X amount of land has to be set aside for agricultural.
Right.
And then you can take a deer. You can take a deer in fucking March, April. It don't matter when.
Chalk it up as crop damage.
Yeah. It's like a nuisance type license, but you still have to notify them that you're doing it, you know?
Right.
They used to give nuisance bear tags out up in New Hampshire and that, but people were getting to be, you know, they were abusing it, you know?
Nice.
I don't know if you still can or not, but No, what they were doing was they were baiting it. They'll leave their bird feeders out on purpose. Oh,
Right.
he keeps getting in my bird feeder. He was close to my house. I know what was going to happen, so I shot it.
That's
Became
why
a
we got to
nuisance.
have laws.
It didn't become a nuisance. He was doing it on purpose so he can shoot the bear.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He purposely didn't take down his bird feeder. In April, they're just waking up, for Christ's sake, and they're going to eat whatever. And you know, you guys know, that fucking bird seed stinks.
Bears and deers here love it.
Yep.
Yep.
I've never gone bear hunting.
Me either.
I could have shot the bear that was like 30 yards away from me, not even, but I've never been bear hunting. I've had bear
I went to
before.
hunt again. Yeah, I've ate bear. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. But you know, as my wife calls it, I don't hunt anymore. I hike in the woods with a fucking shotgun. She goes, "You came back empty-handed again?" She goes, "Something tells me you're hiking in the woods with just carrying a gun." Really? Did you really just say that to me?
Wow.
Not like going to the grocery store, is it?
Wow, that's a big fine, fat man.
What's up? No nuisance bear shooting here. No more. 10,000 fine. Good. I mean, if it's, to me, a nuisance would be, you know, them trying to get in your house, or them eating your chicken coop, or them, you know what I mean? Digging up your crop or something. But eating out of your bird feeder, eating out of your trash cans, it's what they do.
Right.
Yeah.
People in New Hampshire, well, northern New Hampshire anyways, they don't have like trash barrels and have like the trash guy come by and pick up. They have a dumpster. You know, a small one, you know, nevertheless. But yeah, it all goes into a dumpster. Oh, you're the one that had the Ruger 44 carbine.
I can't believe. Really?
Yeah, remember the other night I was talking about, I thought Mr. Tolley had the 44,
Right.
right? And he said, "No, Mike, it wasn't me. It was my southern brother that had it, and I should have known that."
I can't believe he
I
sold
was
it.
watching a video on a 44 on that Ruger 44 carbine, because I remember one night, Fat Man, you mentioned that you had a 44, and I was watching a hunting video the next day or 2 day, whatever the hell it was later, and this guy was shooting with a, and I'm like, wow, that's a nice freaking rifle right there. I go, that's just hit it and drop it. That's not even. But what a very nice rifle that was. Oh, he had the 9.2 and he sold it after the divorce. Would it be cheaper for me to say to somebody if I ever sold a gun that I wanted, that I liked, but I had to, like in a case like that, and then sold it to him with a note saying, "I want to rebuy it from you at a later date"?
Yeah, when the shit quits hitting the fan, I want it back.
Yeah. I've been there.
Yeah, I get a. My wife doesn't know it, but I'm gonna buy that Ruger American 17 HMR. She don't know it. Well, she'll know it when.
You'll be happy with it. I picked up the 22 version in a gun shop a couple weeks ago, and that thing just like melted into my hands. It felt so good.
Yeah, and so I am gonna get that. So I'm happy.
I want one of those 44 carbines, but holy crap,
I
when
know,
you see
right?
one, they're astronomical.
Let me ask you this, my southern brother. Pup uses Marlin 444. He uses Ruger. Wow, you use the Ruger. Does that hurt, by the way, shooting the 44?
It's got some snap to it.
I was gonna say it must, right? Probably. Is it? You think it's the same as a shotgun? You know, like shooting a slug.
I don't
like
think
if
it's
you leave
that much.
if you
I
leave-
think
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I don't think it's that hard of a kick, but I think it's snappier.
Of course, I use the saber rounds anyway, so everything kicks.
Right.
My brother says, why don't you put some 3-inch in there? Why don't you suck my dick?
Those 3-inch can get pretty snap. Well, they make 3.5s now, for Pete's sakes.
Yeah, I know.
So
I'm not here to try to pop my shoulder out of socket.
Right.
Because
One of the
stupid me
hardest
is
kick. Go ahead.
what happens with me a lot, Steve. Right? Is because I wear such, I wear all the clothes. You're hunting and you want to be cold and and my jacket's a little bit bigger for me to begin with. So I think that I think that I'm against my shoulder. When I start out at it, anyways, I am. You know what I mean? Because I'll carry it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then by the time I lift that shotgun up, there's been a couple of times I was this far off my shoulder. Oh, fuck.
Hello.
Oh. Oh. Boy, did that hurt like a sumbitch.
Yeah, Fat Man says it kicks about like a turkey load.
Really?
So, yeah, a little snappy.
We should get one. Stevie, we should get one.
Yeah, I would love to. I have an inside guy who can't even get his hands on one, so.
That's a bear gun
Yep.
right there.
That's a deer gun, bear gun, fun gun.
Yep.
all around.
Right. Didn't Marlin make one too? I think so.
Yeah, he said his dad had the Marlin. And he had the Ruger. The fat
Yeah, but the Marlin his dad had was a 444. That's a
Right.
monster.
The old
That's
ones
like
were
a
good.
That's like a buffalo gun.
Then Remington bought them out, and Marlins kind of lost their flair. But the other ones are fabulous.
Well, the Rugers never really actually worked real good, but you could work on them and figure them out and
Yep.
make them work.
I used to live right near there. They used to make them in North Haven, Connecticut.
Yep.
A
Mm-hmm.
lot of gun manufacturers up there in Connecticut and Massachusetts.
Yeah, we were talking about it
Six in
earlier.
New Hampshire.
Yeah, Saint, we were talking about that earlier. I said to him, I says, I got four major gun manufacturers within a 100-mile radius of me. And I don't even know the ones in Connecticut, but I have Springfield, I have Ruger, I have SIG, I don't know, I wish I could think of the name of it. It's in Rochester, New Hampshire. And I want to say, I could have sworn I might have read it wrong. I thought they said they were the ones that took over Thompson Center.
Well, you got Colt in Hartford. Stag
Yeah.
is also in Connecticut. Yeah, those guys, they've been making guns for over 100 years there
Who's that?
in New England.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Fat Man said that the Ruger 9mm carbine Woodstock was like shooting a 22.
Nice. And my little 9 carbine shoots real soft.
I don't have a 9. I'm not allowed.
Why aren't you allowed a 9?
I'm not allowed
carbine?
to carry 9. No, I'm not allowed to carry anything other than.
No.
By right, I can't carry my shotgun, even though I have a license to. I'm not supposed to have my shotgun in my car unless I'm hunting or going to a range.
Right.
I can't just leave my shotgun in my car and call it a day.
Technically, that's what it says here too in the book.
You know. Like I said, I'm all legit. I got a license for it and all that, but
Right. You're killing me, fat man.
I know, right?
I'm almost ready to cry for you.
Bird dogs calling for gun control.
Really, keep control of them.
Exactly.
I heard they're going to bring the vote up. They're going to bring a vote up when they come back after 4th of July.
Well, they trying to sneak in now.
Probably a ban on friggin'
They're going after the no fly, no buy thing pretty hard.
High Point Rocks, Hocking Hill.
what's that?
Says he's in Ohio. They got
Oh, okay.
High Point Manufacturing down there.
Oh, cool. I got relatives in Ohio, down in Chillicothe. No, you don't need gun control. You just need gun education.
I don't.
They just had somebody up here die from dumbass looked down the barrel of his fucking gun.
What was it, a couple of weeks ago? I don't know if I told you this already, but we had a guy, he was shooting salmon in the river, which is illegal, with a 22, and a bullet ricocheted off a rock and hit him in the head. It looks like he might lose eyesight in one eye.
Dumbass.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just horrible. Winchester 1892 saw my 89 Stang.
Oh,
Had to. Wow.
No.
Alright. Ohio. Oh, yeah, we the High Point. We see that one. But I like my. I don't know if I said this before or not, but for shooting and accuracy and all that, I mean, not that I would have a problem with the Mossberg that I have, but at the Mossberg 500. But I absolutely love my muzzleloader.
Yep.
I'll never sell it. It fits right. It feels right. It shoots right. It keeps me happy. You know what I mean?
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
Sass.
What I need is that's a long rifle. What I need. I'll get one eventually.
Hopefully.
I was waiting for Mike to notice when Sass came in.
Sass is awesome people. He lives out there in God's country too. Not like me, 35,000 people in the fucking town. The hell was I thinking? You know. Yeah. So to get back on the muzzleloader thing, I don't even know why. I don't. It, other than it feeling right and all that, but I don't know what it is.
It's the smell of
So all the support
What's that?
materials, is it? It must be more expensive than just like regular centerfire shooting, right?
Not really. It's cheaper.
No.
What was that, Groove?
I said it's the smell of gunpowder. That's what it is.
Saint, it cost me $20
I like your sables.
for the. Is it $20? I think it's like $20 for a round of 15 in a pack. And I use it 270 grains. And it cost me, yeah. And then what do you call it? Those are cheap. The pellets, because I don't use straight black powder.
Is that the power belt bullet?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the silver. You know the silver and black, the black casing and the silver. You know, all the bullets silver, but you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the one I use.
Okay. Yeah, those were awesome.
Oh yeah.
You shoot 50 caliber.
What's that?
You shoot 50 caliber.
50 cal. Yep.
Yeah.
I was saying to these guys the other night, Groove, that I want to go to a range where I can shoot, you know, and I want to put 150 of the powder and see what happens.
Yeah.
Hail Mary.
Yeah.
I think I'll be fine.
I've heard of guys doing that, but I mean, I've never done it. But
Somebody told me to look into it. I'm going to look into it first, but I want
I
to
was
try.
gonna say, they're gonna let you shoot that at the range.
Yeah, then it's not a range that you're thinking about. It's like a sand dune pit,
Oh, okay. Yeah,
And
then
we-
you're good.
and we share it with ATVs. When Working Class Wilson and I were doing it last year, he was like, "Okay, Mike, you're all set. You can shoot. They're gone." So it's like, you know, we're shooting this way, and fucking ATVs are going like this. They stop, but you know what I mean? They crossed in front of the.
Well, that's spooky.
Oh yeah. I'm like, nobody's been shot yet. He goes, nope. Why is it a waste of powder, Hawk? I just want to see if I can get it, how far I can get it out there accurately. And I know that 100 grains will get me out there. I'm aware of that. Good night, Sass. Great to see you, my friend. I will go check that vid out. You know I'm gonna. Bird Dog's prize gun is a 1903 Browning A5 12 gauge.
Nice.
nice, very nice.
But yeah, Hawk, I know. Bird has got a suicide safety on it too.
Good night, Sask.
He's a cool dude. Yeah, so I just want to see how I can, you know. I wish I had the technology to buy that little machine. Tells you how fast, you know, how many feet per second you can have and all that.
chronograph.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're reloading, those are real good to have.
I'm not reloading. I probably should, right?
Yeah, one more thing to spend money on, but it is a
Should, right?
very satisfying hobby, and it does save you money in the long range if you shoot a lot.
See, that's the thing. I don't shoot a shitload.
Right.
I probably only shoot, I don't know, 4 times a year, and that doesn't include hunting season.
Oh man,
Well,
I've been saving all my brass for a while now. That way when I do
Yeah,
start
my kid-
reloading, I'll have a stock
My kid
Right.
brother
ready to
doesn't
go.
do that.
it pays. I sat here with a calculator one night for about 4 hours, and when I got my reloader set up, I got 223 and 9mm right out of the gate.
Yeah.
And all I had to do is load and shoot 1,000 rounds. My first 1,000 rounds, and everything was paid for.
Cool.
So now I load for about half price in general.
Good deal.
I see what you're saying, huh? For my silent watchers, thank you. Much appreciated. And all you guys that shared the chat tonight, thank you very much. Hawken Hill says, where I live, you can see 200 yards anyways. You're lucky to see 50 yards unless you're open.
Yeah.
I'm with you. We are definitely more like that.
I feel your pain, Gear. You had to sell us 30-30 for rent and smokes and McDonald's
Yeah.
years ago.
Good night, sweetheart. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, guys. It's getting late. It's like 1:35 a.m. on the East Coast. So we're going to wrap it up. To the guys that are on the panel, thank you very much for coming in. Mr. Tolley had to leave, but thanks a million for coming in. And like I said, for all you guys on the chat room, it was a great chat tonight, I think. We got to interact with you guys and out in the chat room. Yeah, Uncle Kyle, I hope you enjoyed the chat. And so we're going to get out of here, and we'll see you all probably next Friday. Might be from the trailer, but I don't know yet. We'll find out.
Hey, Maximus.
All right. But for now, peace, everybody. Good night.
Thanks, everybody.
Night, everybody.